I've never been more ready. This is so good. I'm so.
I was attacked while watching Bab. I was hit with downgrade comment, and when I saw the next trailer, right, he looked better than E3 2021.
Yes. It's just so much better once you have the fucking TT. All right, everybody's gonna be pouring in here within a moment. Give everybody a second for the obvious network lags and such. What's going on, everybody? Oh, there we
go. Yeah, it's finally time.
This is it. Anomalous is spilling all the tea today. This is it. Yep. Actually, matter of fact, let me get some mood. Hold on, gentlemen. We set the mood, gentlemen.
Already one question about the PDA. I will answer that later, for sure.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's
one of the first things I did in the demo was actually open the PDA.
Oh my god. All right. So let me
You're breathtaking. You're all breathtaking.
Right. Nick is here as well.
Thank you for the sub.
You're breathtaking. You're all breathtaking.
What happened to the Oh, I got put emo ball up. Yep. All right, this is it. So
wait, I think I can't hear you anymore. Not sure what's going on. Oh wait, I know why.
Are you good?
Okay, it's good.
All right, you gave me a scare, bud. All right, everybody, we're here with the legend, the one and only, the man, the myth, the Anomalous Dugout.
That's right. It's me.
And he just came back from a very, very special day in his life that he's going to share all the details about with us today. Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh. We've been looking forward to this. Yeah, already know. All right. So there's the 30-minute interview. This is world debut, baby. This is real Stalker community hours. I have not listened to it yet. You have my word. I listened to 5 seconds to see what the audio quality was, and literally heard GSC make a joke about like finally getting to the end of for the release date, and I was just like blushing immediately and shut it right off. I was like, oh, this is gonna be good. This is gonna be good.
Oh yeah, it was amazing. Yeah, I mean they were so nice, accepting to do the interview, and generally they were very nice.
They give you a really good like time segment. 30 minutes is a long time. You talked to Eugene, right? Because yeah, he was in another interview. I can't remember if it was with Gamecom Asia, PGA, or what have you. I know I have it in my news report notes and stuff. So I thought that was awesome. I was like, oh hell yeah, he got to talk to him.
Yeah, so the interview is with Zach and Eugene.
Oh, you got Zach too in the interview. Okay, let's go.
Oh yeah, honestly, both of them fucking legends. They are my heroes now.
Oh yes! Oh, this is so good, dude. Oh man, I can't believe that we finally got that community touch to Zach, dude. We've been standing for Zach in the bar for so long. He's like a fan favorite in the community as far as like GSC legends. All right, I'm too hyped. Should we just like hit the interview?
I get.
Yeah! All right, this is it. All right, let me get the window up, gentlemen.
Lennick is also streaming your podcast, BTW.
Hey!
Shoot out, Lennick lol.
Fuck yeah, dude. Lennick's the bomb, dude. Hell yeah, shout out to Lennick. All right, so there's screenshots, or photos, not screenshots, but photos that Anomalous took on site as well. that you're going to see with the interview. So here we go. I'm going to go ahead and get this played up.
Are here at Paris Games Week 2023, and I am joined by Stalker 2 developers. Thank you for giving me this wonderful opportunity to make this interview. Could you start by introducing yourself?
You can hear how hyped he is.
My name is Zakhar Bocharov, and I'm PR manager at Stalker 2, Heart of Chernobyl, and we are pleased to have this opportunity as well.
I'm Eugene Bazarov. You could know me like Macaulay on Discord if you using Discord, our official server. I'm a community manager at JC Game World.
Alright, so ever since Gamescom, GSC has been showcasing Stalker 2 and its demo at various game events, right? All over the world. And so I would like to ask the following. What kind of feedback and data are you looking to collect at these events? And how does it perhaps influence the ongoing development of the game?
Okay, I probably will answer. We are looking for every feedback what we can to take, because it's real important to us. We're trying to ask people about feelings, how was it in general, and understand what people do like, what people don't like. And in general, it's real important to understand in what way we could move and to take this experience with speaking with people and understand just what could more be polished or what could be more like interesting to people in general.
All right. Speaking of the development, we are still looking at a Q1 2024 release date. So my next question is generally, how is the development currently going, and how is the team feeling about how things are going at the moment?
I have a feeling that we are in the final stages of the development. The content is basically in-game, and we are just doing the polish. And we decided to go with the release window so we can be exactly confident with the release date. And then we are announcing the exact release date. Yeah, we're probably going through one of the most brightest moments in our marketing campaign, because we're showing like the demo. We actually wanted to show it on Gamescom first, and then according to the feedback and the positive acceptance of the whole thing, we decided to expand. We decided to show it to new gamers, to all the markets available. So yeah, while we are here, the team is basically working on polishing the game, and even the build we're showing in Paris, it's slightly better than Gamescom build, more polished, slightly better graphics and stuff like that, lesser bugs, etc., etc. So yeah, it's the final stages of the development basically. So it's just like finishing the game and getting to the release finally.
That's great to know, of course. So for sure the studio has been through a lot, right? But you kept working on the game against all odds. Were there any elements, pieces of media perhaps, that inspired you and gave motivation to continue the development?
I think first of all, it's our situation. It's not easy at all, and you can know it because we have a lot of issues what we had before, and right now we are on the war. Our employees in Kyiv struggle with any problem from the Russian Federation day by day. Before it was a COVID, right now it's difficult situation for our country, for us too. We have two studios set now. One studio staying in the Czech Republic, in Prague. Another studio with our employee staying in Kyiv and in Ukraine and around Kyiv too. It's like more than game for us. We hope to finish this game and to show our ideas, our passion, our love for this universe, and we do what we can. It's one of the important to us to show how we can create and to show to our community what we prepare for them.
I would like to add a little bit. I think the main inspirational for us was like Chernobyl itself, Chernobyl exclusion zone. And the team went there throughout the different times of the year. It looks quite different in summer and in winter, for example. And we actually scan things there to put them in game. So the biggest inspirational was Chernobyl. Now it's impossible to...
Hold on! I just gotta say, implications of winter.
go there because of the war. In this situation, under this pressure laid on the team, the game they're working on, it becomes inspirational on its own. And what I mean is, like, some people confess that if they think too much about their relatives, about war, about what is either left in Ukraine if they move to Czech Republic, or happening right now in Ukraine if they stay there. So basically, if they work on the game, they feel slightly relieved psychologically because they have something to put their efforts in to ease their thinking about the bad things for a tiny moment. So it's a strange situation, strange probably, where like the game on itself, like making the game, is an inspiration for making it further.
All right, that's very nice to hear.
That's such an awesome answer.
Going into more specific questions, I really wanted to ask something about the map of the zone. In the original games, the map was split into several areas separated by loading screens, right? But the new game will have an open world map. So I was wondering, what are some of the challenges the team faced while transforming the old map of the zone into this new seamless world?
Level design wise, it meant like blending all the new locations, at the same time upgrading previous ones to the level of the new ones. So to make it all a coherent experience. So of course you cannot just replicate the real zone in game. Certain inspirationals are presented, certain places from the real zone, but they need to be mixed a little bit, they need to be remade a little bit, because it's a game after all, it should be fun to play. Technologically wise, it also requires to utilize what Unreal Engine 5 offers. It's a pretty complicated streaming system because you need to load it from the SSD, and SSD is like minimum system requirements for our game because it's needed to actually load all the stuff. So it's about also finding some technological solutions using new technologies like SSD and Unreal Engine 5 for the whole thing to stream and to pack and to unpack properly so it can be loaded on the go. Creating big open world like this, it's a technological challenge. I guess it's probably true for all the developers, but we are speaking for ourselves. And for us, there were certain challenges we needed to overcome for the whole experience to be like without loading screens, to be streamed while you go. We don't have transport system, so it's just like going on foot. But at the same time, it's always like the weather is changing. There are new locations, there are anomalous stuff. So yeah, it was both about like creating the game world that's actually fun to be in, and doing it at a certain degree of technological breakthrough, if I can say so, for this to happen on the go.
Something else I had in mind is the OST. In the previous games, the background music was played depending on the area you were on. For example, there is the theme of Cordon, the theme of Garbage, and so on. With
Let's
Stalker
fucking
2
go.
being open world, will specific locations still have their own theme? Or
Good question,
and how is
Anomalous.
the ambient music gonna work in general?
I think we can't say about it right now specifically, but we would say we're trying to put a lot of style of music, and you will understand what is going on by music too. Music will add to you emotion and atmosphere, additional atmosphere, like what is going on around you. Music will push on it and you will feel it, but without any specific answer right now. Let's see what will be on the rise day.
Oh, we're getting blue balls.
I have a feeling that a tiny bit we can say about is like echoing what Eugene actually said. The music, it kind of changes throughout the process. So there are certain layers coming in, coming out as you play. For example, to resemble, I don't know, the fighting scene or exploration or stuff like that. So it's not just like a track playing on the background, but rather something similar to, I don't know, probably probably Doom Eternal, probably Metal Gear Rising, like examples from my side. So there is some kind of a more complicated, multi-layered thing, and probably that's where we end today.
Dynamic music, but like true dynamic
thank
music,
you.
not the old dynamic
so
music.
something more dynamic, I guess. Actually, I have another question about the OST. I noticed that the sound design in the latest Bolts and Bullets trailer was
Yeah, this is for Smart
amazing.
Mosey!
Thank you.
And last time you released the OST for the Come To Me trailer. So you know
Here it
the
comes.
OST without the voices, and that was great because the fans were able to create their own voiceovers, and I even made a French version out of it, of Come To Me. So I would really like to do the same for Bolts and Bullets. So could you tell me if you are maybe planning to release the OST for Bolts and Bullets?
Maybe in the future we have a couple of ideas about our music in general. Maybe you would see soundtrack after the release. Maybe we will prepare it for our fans. Right now on our YouTube channel you can find a couple of soundtrack from our game what was before, and I think you will see more soundtracks from our playlist close to the Rise Days and for sure after the Rise Days.
Nice! Nice!
I don't think
Yeah!
too much to add on that. I don't think so.
Okay, well, that's great to know. I mean, the musics that are currently posted are very, very good. I think great. So that's nice. Moving on to another topic.
That's nice.
One thing that is often brought up when people think about Stalker is the NPC AI and the AI life. Starting with the former, I think it would be very interesting from both a gameplay and a technical perspective if different NPCs have different behaviors and AIs depending on their rank, experience of the zone, and maybe faction fighting style, if that makes sense. Is this something the team has been thinking about and maybe worked on for Heart of Chernobyl?
I think it basically works kind of similar to what was before, but in bigger scale because it's a seamless open world. We had a really funny bug, by the way, in Poznan, back in Poznan, I guess, where A-Life actually accidentally triggered throughout the first cutscene. And so people came to like the cutscenes are in game, and so the NPCs just came to fight with the player while he was still like going through the dog section at the beginning of the demo. So it's just like a net of artificial intelligence working in the background constantly.
Oh, that's so good.
And there will be like it can be a relatively small situation, like many times in our demo. There is a certain location with a couple of bloodsuckers there, and sometimes like the bandits or they come to fight alongside with the player. Some players they don't even fight with bloodsuckers directly. They just lure them to fight with the bandits or with other NPCs out there, and it kind of works.
That's fucking sick!
I guess it will be more about the zone feeling alive, pun intended, smaller situations here and there, but if it happens so that the event is relatively big, so like a group of people fighting against a group of other people or a group of mutants and stuff, it will be an event of a bigger scale, but it happens like naturally. So I can't say it's like intended to be like a faction versus faction fight. It's just like they really interact with each other when you explore the zone. It can go like any way from there.
Next, I would like to talk a bit about artifacts, because they are an important part of the Stalker world, and we haven't learned much about them so far. We did learn about new anomalies and some new anomaly mechanics, but what about the artifacts? Can we expect maybe new effects and new ways to use them?
Yes, for sure, because the new anomalies will give to you new artifacts, and I can say specifically about it more right now because we prepared something to you. and we will share by our new artifacts more close and close to the release. But in general, you will see more effects, a more interesting combination with one to each other artifacts, what can give to you some kind of impact to your style of playing. Maybe you run more, you will live more, and in general like this. But yeah, we hope
maybe different like buff multipliers.
Like artifacts will give to you another style of play and will change your style of play in general.
I mostly think it's about the amount of content. So it's like it's a bigger game. So there are just like more anomalies. So there are just like more artifacts. And while I don't know any exact example I can share right now, I'm just pretty sure that the scaling works in the way you will discover more, you will find more, and then you will see how it influences your playstyle. I also think of a couple of mechanics we have in our mind about like interacting with the artifacts and what you can actually do with them, but I don't think we can announce that at the moment. So
NDA rock.
Probably it goes like this.
All right, well, it's still great to know that we can expect some great things. I'm sure we won't be disappointed. Going back to more general questions, during Gamescom, GSC released a press kit on their website, which contains a lot of very useful information about Stalker 2. However, the kit is incomplete, as it does not have the Bolts and Bullets trailer, for example, and we are probably gonna get more fresh news in the future, right? So are you planning to update the press kit when more info comes?
I think so. Like,
nice.
There is no big idea behind this exact move, frankly speaking, because the press kit was just finished last days before Gamescom, I guess, and uploaded to our site, so we just didn't include the Gamescom trailer there. I'm pretty much sure we're doing that. As soon as we have like, new trailers, new B-rolls, screenshots, I have a feeling we will be just uploading a new version. Also, when we release something, we always publish it on our social media. We publish arts with and without watermarks, as far as I remember. All the videos, I guess, like they're always on our channels. So if you just follow our socials, you will be good. But at the same time, I think we will update that thing.
Okay, that's great. Since the public has known about the game being in development for a long time now, there has been many discussions about it over the last few years. Within these discussions, are there any misconceptions about the game that you would like to clear up? It's a bit of a difficult question, I know, but...
I can give a broader context. It was a complicated game from the beginning, right? It was ambitious, it was big, it was a sequel to iconic franchise. It was a pretty big time gap between the previous game. We announced it in 2018, but we don't telling whether we started developing it actually. So probably it was sometime before.
That's new information.
And then we started working on it. The COVID happened. After the COVID happened, the war happened. After the war happened, the fire happened in our Prague office. Sorry, it's a nervous laughter, obviously. So the complications, they just keep coming. And for a big AAA game, a big development cycle is okay, because it's hard to make. Games are hard to make, especially when you use like a new engine on the market, Unreal 5, and we appreciate it because of the global illumination, because all the stuff it offers in terms of the photorealistic quality of the picture we're really aiming for. But it's a new technology. It's something you need to get acquainted with. It's something you need to get the most use of. We are doing much bigger emphasis on the story. We do a lot of motion capture. There are a lot of directed sections, and like in Come To Me trailer, for example, there is a cutscene at the beginning, always the cutscenes. There weren't so many cutscenes in Stalker, like ever. It was a couple of cutscenes, and then it was just dialogues. It's much bigger emphasis on the story, much bigger emphasis on the non-linear side of things. You cannot see everything in one walkthrough. So it was an ambitious game, and then it just fell under the most stressful circumstances you can imagine for the development, because like basically speaking, back last year, it's not about like developing something, it's about we need to save people, we need to relocate, we need to find a new way to work. Then it's like in our Czech office is like we need a motion capture. Probably we need like to make a new English voiceover. It's about complications, making this process of developing the game even more complicated. And people tend to say that it's super long development. It kind of is, but at the same time it's super explainable because it's a AAA game being made during the war, during the world pandemic, stuff like that. So I don't think, obviously there are people now who are not so eager for us to make a good game. So I'm speaking about probably people from the country in war with Ukraine. And probably there are some skeptical players which think that I only believe when I see it, and I kind of understand that approach, and they still gonna be pleasantly surprised when it releases. At the same time, there are a lot of people supporting us. So I don't think there is like a big amount of misconceptions if we look at the overall amount of our feedback. So people either understand it or the hardcore fans, and they are looking very closely to the whole thing. Or people just waiting for the game to release and to see by themselves about the quality and about the stuff. I understand both of them. So I just don't think, if we give a broader context of this exact development, I don't think there is much room for misconceptions, because you just see it on the surface. So the problems they're here, it's pandemic, it's war, like they're obvious. And yeah, a big development cycle as well. Probably Eugene has something to add, I don't know.
And I would say in additional information, first of all, we have an amazing war of Stalker in general. It's one of the biggest game for all of us because we grew up on Stalker, and it's important to understand how to work with it. We have to work with this war, with these stories, with all respects, because a lot of fans who do know about the Stalker, who do know about this story, and we want to work with this with all respect, with all passion what we have, and to work real like in the right way, and to explain our fan new story on this amazing story in general, and to put our hearts, our ideas, and for sure ideas from our community to this game too, because our community is so active. A lot of ideas, a lot of interesting things what we had right now, it's like ideas from our community too, and we're trying to create this game like with you guys, and it's real important to us to work with this in general, a couple, like together.
Okay, thank you for the answer. Personally, I can say I will wait any amount of time needed. I'll be there when it releases. There used to be a way for people to ask questions directly on the official Stalker Discord server, so that the community can connect with the developers. You know, the famous Ask GSC channel, which unfortunately does not exist anymore. Are there any plans to make something similar again? Maybe an open Q&A where the fans can post their questions?
It's a good question. Yeah, I think it's on my side, because we are with community speaking on Discord. But right now, I think the ask is closed.
Because of Krezen's unhinged questions.
It will be open again close to the release day. Because right now we don't have so many information what we can share like in online stuff, but we will prepare for it, and we thinking about it all the time. And I think you'll see something like this. Maybe we'll change direction of the Ask GSC chat a little bit, but in general, for sure, we all the time staying on contact, keep in touch with our community. You can find us everywhere where you want: Twitter, Instagram, Ask on Discord, in our in other chats, or in personal message, everywhere on Steam for sure, on everywhere where you can find us. We will answer to you, and we trying to keep in touch day by day, second by second with our community.
right. Thanks. Okay, we are almost finished. Now a very simple question. When can we expect to get fresh Stalker 2 news?
It's literally right now. We are playing on demo. You can play on our demo, on our events, and it's real fresh
It's
news,
real.
I would say. But in general, without any specific date, but for sure, close to the right date, we will see more information about Stalker.
I think we already have some exciting news on our side within the development team. I cannot announce them publicly just yet, but we're always cooking something exciting.
Let them cook, baby. Let them cook.
Yeah, I think you will be pleasantly surprised in the foreseen future. I think so.
Great. Okay, wrapping up, last question. Is there anything else you would like to say?
Thank you for staying with us. It's really important. These years, these months, these years, so difficult for all of us. We do know it, but we are not alone. It's real important to understand. Our community staying with us, asking with us, speaking with us about the game, about the life, about everything what is going on. It's like passion by day, and we are not alone. And we still have our community, huge community. What want to play on Stalker. And honestly, we want to share a lot, but we have to do it in the right way, and we're trying to do it in the right way. And thank you for your passion and for your activity and for everything what you're doing for us. We really do this game with you guys. It's main idea from my side, I think.
I agree with everything Eugene said. It's probably the best period in this development for marketing team, because we finally see people play, and for the development team of course as well. Finally people are playing the game, they are enjoying it, it's all coming all together. We know we're doing polishing, we know we're going full head to the release. It's all starting to boil, and the emotions they are presented. I think that first of all, there is a lot of appreciation from French community. We always see France in the top regions when we see the stats of our trailers, so it's always there, and that's why we're here as well. And I understand for some French players, probably Stalker 2 won't be exactly the game they usually play, because it's more on the survival difficulty and the strange environment stuff. I would like to encourage those who are not hardcore fans, who know you guys, but probably you're publishing this for people out there. I would like to encourage them to try the game. First of all, because it can be their next favorite thing. Like it was, I don't know, some time ago, Dark Souls was a strange hardcore game no one understood. So probably it's your next favorite. And the next thing, now for us, it's a game that presents Ukraine in the world, and it was a game that presented Ukraine in the world previously, and now it's same but much more important. So I would also encourage people to try it in these optics. So something from a country that has its own culture, pretty harsh destiny, and probably a game dev industry on its own that creates something about Ukraine and something really distinguishable. And I want to cover all of these messages in real appreciation from the French community, because without exaggeration, there is a lot of interest, and we appreciate it, and we want to accumulate it. So thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah, I think the French community is that big, maybe because the original games had a French voice acting.
Oh.
And that's why also I wanted to make the new trailers. No. But I just wanted to say that, and that's why I wanted to make the new trailers in French as well.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
I think that's maybe the reason. But yeah, thank you very much for this interview. Wonderful opportunity for everybody, and I didn't expect you to answer all of the questions, but you did amazing. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Oh, new meme.
And precise.
Oh my god, that's so good. That was awesome interview. Oh man, that was too good.
Yeah, I, uh, I, I'm glad you liked it. I
Dude,
hope
you
everybody enjoyed it.
you
I did
asked
my
all
best.
the right questions. You composed yourself immaculate, dude. They gave you such good information, man.
I know, right? I was sitting there, like, trying to still look professional, but like in my head, I was like, "Holy shit, they're
Dude, it's
actually
audio
saying this!"
only,
Like,
and I could feel your cheek to cheek smile and your glow. Oh, you were just like, holy shit, man! Like they're right here. Like, oh, amazing, dude. Oh, that bolts and bullets like OST part had me, dude. That was so good. I'm the best part though is
Anomalous,
when you
you
told them
did
the
so
French
good,
voice acting.
man.
That
Respect.
oh.
yeah, at the end, they were like, "Oh shit, another question is coming," and that's when I said, "No, no, no, it's okay."
Oh my god. I guarantee you after that interview they scrambled together. They're like, all right, we can we get a French voice actor team together? Oh man, that's so funny.
Yeah, so
What if unknowingly this is like the beginning of one of those plot threads in real life where you end up doing French voice acting for the game in some
okay,
capacity at some point if they add it, let's say post release.
more on that a bit later. But I just want to say, for those who
What the more
were
on
late,
that later?
maybe, but for those who were late, I saw somebody in the chat who was late. I just published the interview on my YouTube channel if you want to see it. Um, and then I guess we can move on to everything else I have to say.
You have the floor, sir. I mean, we want to hear because you played the demo. It was 2 times, right? Not 3.
Yeah, so I played 2 times, but on the second time I finished it so fast that the devs let me restart it. So I kind of
Gotcha.
went through it 3 times.
I know Lennox watching. He's probably just sitting there like, "Fuck," because when he played, it was on the earlier Gamescom build where it was like a little bit more like rickety. Because
Yeah.
it crashed on him like twice. You didn't have any crashes, did you?
No, honestly, no crashes, no bugs. Everything worked perfectly. I have nothing to say about this. Like it was just smooth. No like performance issues, nothing.
There you go. For all the
Or,
haters
or
out there, look what they can get done in like a month and a half.
yeah,
Shit.
everything worked perfectly. That was insane.
All right, well,
So,
just take us through it from like start to finish. I've
okay,
been on the edge of my seat this entire
okay.
time.
This is gonna be a long story, so
Oh yeah.
strap in because we are in for a ride. And because I'm gonna start from the very beginning. Um, we learned quite late that GSC was going to be at Paris Games Week, so it was kind of a rush to like book the tickets and everything. But I did it, and at the beginning I was kind of like I just wanted to go and play the demo and that's it, right? But it was you guys who actually pushed me to contact GSC and do all of this. And honestly, I could not have done it without you. So thank you for that. I don't regret any of it. Um, so yeah, booked the tickets for the event, booked some train tickets as well, and I actually went with another person. I went with my brother actually, but he had never played Stalker before, so it was like
You're
completely new for him.
That's so fascinating because you're obviously like a mega Stalker fan. Like it hadn't it rubbed off on him earlier. Was he like ever like a traditional PC gamer?
He was more of a console gamer. Maybe that's why.
Well, that's fucking
Um,
sweet because maybe that'll be like Stalker 2 is gonna be the first Stalker for like a lot of people just because of the accessibility of being able to play it on the Xbox as opposed to the PC. So I wonder
yeah.
how many people are just waiting to have like that flash start of that passion where they're like, what the fuck, like this is something new that immediately like ropes them in.
Yeah, actually, one funny thing, when I was waiting in line, there were some people in front of me, and when they got at the very first, like at the very front of the line, they realized that the demo was played on PC and not on Xbox. So they quit the line. They had waited like 2 hours, and they were like, "No, we're not playing on PC," and they exited the line. I was like,
Unworthy. What the fuck, indeed? What the fuck is that shit? Yeah. We don't need their demo impressions on the internet. Yikes.
Yeah, indeed. So yeah. Anyway, getting back to the story, the event starts at 8:30 a.m. and ends at 6:30 p.m.
So wait, when did you start traveling? Like, how long did it take you to get there?
Well, that's why we booked like a room to sleep, and we went the day before. So we went on Friday night. We traveled to Paris, slept there for one night, so we can be at the opening of the event. And so we were among the first people in line to enter. It was not even opened when we arrived. So when they opened the doors, basically it was empty. Like you can see on some of the pictures that were like on the video, the whole event, that like the hall was empty. That's because it was at the very beginning. Like at 8:30 we were already in, and there were basically no people. So we rushed to the GSC booth, of course. I had watched a few videos before to try to see how it was set up.
You try to optimize the map. You're like planning it like it's a heist. You're like, I'm gonna go in. Yeah. I'm gonna take a diagonal over here. I'm gonna cut like all this traffic. My man.
Exactly.
Man.
But like all of these YouTubers made like tours of the event and stuff, but none of them basically mentioned Stalker, and they just went by and didn't even notice. So that was kind of sad, and so I had very little information about how the thing was set up. But actually, I know why. It's because so the GSC stand is at the Xbox stand, right? And the Xbox stand was kind of big, but most of the space was taken by Starfield, unfortunately. And also other games from the Game Pass that people could play. And there were two games that were like from the Game Pass, but 18 plus. That was Stalker and I think an Elder Scroll game. I don't remember what it was. And so these two, because they were 18 plus, they were not. No, I don't think it was online. Something else. I don't know. I don't care about all the other games than Stalker. But so because these two were 18 plus, they didn't put it like you couldn't see them from the exterior. They were like inside
they're more private.
Something. Yeah, exactly. And so basically, there's just a panel with a Stalker, like you saw it on the photos, like the panel with a Stalker 2 cover.
Like the images that you had there in the video.
And next to it, the Elder Scrolls cover and the computers. Yeah, I mean the image where I took the photo with McCullin, like the developer.
Yeah, like you can only see like the promo artwork with like the.
Yeah, basically there's just that. That's all. That's all you can see from the exterior.
We obviously never get like demo recordings or anything like that. Gamescom, when they first showed the demo, they were very, very strict about that. And it seems like in some of these other locations, it's like slightly more lax because we did get like we get like a screenshot here and there. What was your impression of how, because the demo's more polished. So like part of me is wondering if like they were a little bit more lax in that area.
Yeah, I would say they were more relaxed, but at the same time, I didn't want to.
You didn't want to push it, of course.
My luck too far, right? So I didn't. The further I went was take a sneaky photo of the PCs. It's like one of the photos you saw in the interview. So
Yeah.
basically, the booth was very small, and there were 8 PCs, 4 of them for the Elder Scroll game, and four of them for Stalker. So only 4 PCs for the demo.
Oh my god.
And there was nothing else. Like the devs didn't even have like chairs, or maybe they had like just 1 or 2 chairs to sit, and that's all. Like there was no display, no like campfire or anything. So that was a bit disappointing.
Okay, yeah, no Styrian costumes, unfortunately.
Yeah, I know. So that was a bit disappointing, but I guess I mean Paris Games Week is quite big, but it's still like much smaller than Gamescom, so I understand.
Right.
It's
Logistically, yeah.
good that they were there at least. So yeah, and so they didn't even have goodies to give either. Like they just had the how is it called, the sheets with the stickers, the sticker sheets.
Mm-hmm.
With the emotes from the stock server.
Yeah. The
And
ones that they sent me, I think, were the ones
and
you probably got.
from what I could tell, they gave 1 sticker sheet to every person who played the demo.
How many people do you think were probably there that afternoon to play?
I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure. I think.
Let me
I mean,
rephrase it.
the
Like you were
line
in the
was.
line twice. Like during the period of you waiting to play twice, like how many people do you think were able to go in and out?
I mean, the line was like at the beginning. There was no line. Basically, when we arrived, we were the first.
Oh yeah, because
there.
you were a man
So
on a mission. You
first-
went in there and you were beelining for it.
The first time we arrived, and like even the devs were surprised to see us so early. Like, but
They're still setting up the
a while,
computer. They're like, we weren't ready for you. You're like, oh my god, it's you guys. Like, you're like geeking out, having a starstruck moment. They're like still trying to plug the keyboards in.
But after a while, the line was always complete. Like it always basically went to the end, and
Like
so it was
30
the
people?
same. It was the same line for both games, but everybody in the line was here for Stalker 2.
Based,
Like
yes.
so when I went to do the line, like everybody in line was for Stalker 2, and there was nobody playing the other game.
Who the fuck is
So it
gonna
was
stand
kinda
in line and wait for
funny.
Starfield? People can get that at home on tap.
Yeah,
and they
no,
don't
it
even
was,
want it. Like what the fuck?
It was some Elder Scrolls game, but
Same
from what
shit.
I understand, it's a game that was already out, so maybe that's why. So yeah, I would say maybe, I don't know, maybe 30, 40 people in line constantly. I don't know, it took me like a little bit less than 2 hours to do the line, I think.
Gotcha.
Something like that. Anyway, getting back to the beginning, so we went straight there, and as I said, there was nobody. So we were the first there. So I just walk in, and I had my, maybe you can see it on the picture that I took with the developer, like with Eugene. But I have my Anomalous Dugout T-shirt with the logo, and it's written Anomalous Dugout underneath. So I'm like walking in and showing it to them and saying, "Do you know Anomalous Dugout?" And I recognize Zach, right? And he's like, "No, I don't know what this is." I was like, "Oh shit, they don't know." And then Eugene arrived, and he's like, "Oh yeah, that's the guy
Did he
Moritz told
recognize
me
you?
about." And I was relieved. I was like, "They knew." Well,
From the voice, did he know you right
afterwards,
away?
he said that he knows my channel. He
Oh,
said he
so
knows my
good.
channel.
So good.
But Zach didn't, so he
He
didn't know
does
what to
now.
expect at first. Yeah, definitely he does. So yeah, they were very nice from the very beginning, and basically they said we can. I straight up asked if we can do an interview, and they said just play the demo first, and we'll see after, right? So we played the demo for the first time. So yeah, there are 4 computers in line. The only thing I can say is that the computers looked pretty beastie. Like probably
Naturally.
powerful computers.
Wait, do you recall if it was
But
Alienware? Because I think we saw those over at one of the other events that they were showing the demo at. I imagine that, yeah, they probably just have like some off-the-shelf top-end OEM PCs.
yeah, honestly, I can't really tell. I didn't really focus on that.
You're staring at the monitor and nothing else.
Yeah, so you had the controls sheet to tell you about the controls, but
Yeah.
same thing as we've seen before, so nothing new about this. The menu, nothing new, still the same. And if you go into the options in the menu, it also shows you the controls. So
Just the
nothing new
controls.
there.
Was there like an audio video tab or not yet?
I don't think so. Or maybe I missed it, but I don't think so.
Okay.
And so yeah, I just pressed play, and the first thing you have is a loading screen. The loading screen is using some of the artworks and also other like pictures that we haven't seen before. I will tell you a bit more about it in a moment. But basically,
New
you have like a
artwork.
big picture in the front. Not really artwork, more like a little
Game
bit
stills?
edited screenshots. I don't know. I'm not sure. A little bit like in
Oh, I'm so
the,
jealous of you right now. You got to see them. Oh, if only I could see what you saw.
a little bit like the loading screens from the previous games. Like it's shots from the locations, but
You said they were
slightly
like
edited.
edited. Do you mean that they had that cinematic look like the screenshots we've gotten so far?
Kinda.
Yes. Oh,
I mean,
chills.
it kind of felt like a screenshot, but at the same time, not something you would see in a game. I don't know. I'm not sure. Kind of edited, I would say.
Stylized.
And so basically, yeah, stylized, exactly. So there's this, which takes a big space in the screen. On top, it's written Stalker 2, Heart of Chernobyl. And in the right bottom corner, there is a gauge with kind of like a Geiger counter, right? And with the needle like going back and forth, showing that it's loading. I don't know, it
Oh.
kind of represents the fact that
Oh,
it's
yeah,
loading.
yeah, yeah. Okay, I like that. Yeah, yeah, that's a cool aesthetic touch.
And so about the images that I got, the first time I played, I got one of the artworks we got, which looks like it's inside the red forest. There is a stalker standing in front of a tree that is like split in two by an anomaly.
Oh, I
I
think
don't know
we've
if you
seen the
see which
artwork of this one where the
artwork.
trees are warped and it looks almost like there's like a bubble, but it's not a bubble, but like some sort of
Yeah,
like. Oh
yeah,
shit! That oh dude, that artwork is awesome looking.
yeah. And I also, and the second time I got, actually the second time I got two of them because I could restart the demo. I got the artwork where you see the farm, the farm in the Dark Valley. But the other two, so I also, like the first time I didn't think about looking at the other screens, but the second time I thought about looking at the guy who was just next to me. And he had an artwork I've never seen before. Like as I said, something that looked like the screenshot but edited.
Oh
And
shit.
it was from Pripyat. It was Pripyat. There was the Ferris wheel. It was like a shot taken from, I don't know, half altitude of the Ferris wheel. So you only saw like the top half of the Ferris wheel and a lot of buildings
Oh okay, yeah, like
in the distance.
overcast shot, yeah.
Yeah, and honestly, it looked beautiful. Never, no, I had never seen this before.
Oh, so good.
Yeah, and the best for the last. Uh, I also, so since the second time I played the demo, basically I completed the demo in 8 minutes. So the developer said I could restart it, and so I got an extra loading screen, right?
So wait, when you say you got to the end, it was still the same.
And this
You
one,
get pulled into the door,
do
whatever,
you?
when the storm comes.
Uh, how did it ended? No, I just died in the emission because I didn't follow the objectives. I went full exploring.
Oh,
So I
okay,
just
gotcha.
died in the emission. And so the extra
Was it a
loading
quick
screen
death,
that
or was it like neat? Did like Skiff like start coughing and choking and dying? Like I'm just curious.
I'm not sure.
Or did it just cut to
I
you
I
are dead?
I mean
Lost to
the
the
I
zone?
mean you still live a bit through the emission. Like the emission starts and you don't like die instantly, right? It's kind of like in the old games, you know.
Right.
Like it's there's still some time
But like when you died, was
during
there
the
any
emission
like
where you're still alive.
anything
And
special about it, or did you just get like a very like demo over type screen?
yeah, I mean there's just an animation of the character falling and that's it.
And then it just goes to the menu. Okay.
Um, so the extra loading screen that I got, I was blown away by what I saw, because do you know the like anomalous formation that is at the generators area? You know the round thing,
Yes.
like the sort of trench with
With
the
the trails.
yeah, like there's like the six generators and each one has this anomaly next to it, right?
Please
So
tell me you saw artwork of it.
there was the generator uh like you know how to say, like there's the anomaly and it's like I don't know how to describe it. Basically, like the anomaly mode, of course, the art for the anomaly mode is exactly this shot, you know.
Mm.
It's you see like the trench anomaly and seeing directly through it,
Yeah,
looking at the
the circular,
generator
and then
that
you see
is
the orb at the
yeah.
end of it. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's an iconic shot.
so there was one generator there, another generator a bit to the left of it, but I couldn't see the others. There were only two generators. Maybe the others were just hidden. I'm not sure. But so I'm not sure if this is actually the new generators area or what's going on with this, but I was surprised to see this because the old this generator location was removed, right? And in Shadow of Chernobyl, the generators don't look like that. They are at the CNPP, and so I don't know. Maybe it means that they completely changed this and went back to the old generators area, or it's just like an artwork from concept art, and I don't know. I don't know what it means, but that's what I saw. So yeah, I was kind of shocked to see this, and why would they show this at the demo, right? Like, wouldn't it be a big spoiler if it's true that the old generators are back? I don't know. Kind of weird. I'm not sure what to make out of this.
I will say nothing. This is definitely, there's like many of us here who, if you know, you know. But I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm glad that you were able to get a sneak peek of that.
Anyway, I played the demo for the first time, and I will explain everything that happened in the demo afterwards. But I played the demo for the first time, and then asked again if we could get the interview, right?
Mm-hmm.
Of course, they asked how was the demo. I was like, of course, it was amazing, obviously.
You were beaming.
And so they were like, okay, let's do the interview. And they were so nice because the space was very small, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Zach was like, yeah, we can just go to the Xbox private like room, which is like in
It's such a mind boggle to hear a GSC
the
employee say,
center
"Hey,
of the booth
we're gonna
where
take
nobody
you over
can
here
access.
to a private room for an interview." You're just like, "Holy
Yeah,
shit!"
so he like walked us there, and he had the right to enter the thing and asked if we could as well, and the Xbox guys said yes. So we just walked in and sat there. There were a few chairs, and that's how we set up the interview. So I told them that it was gonna be audio only, and yeah, Zach didn't want to be taken in two photos, so that's why he's not in the photo. I only took the photo with Eugene.
Gotcha. Interesting.
So yeah, basically we set everything up, and that's when I pull out my cards. basically I had prepared like small paper sheets, like cards with all the questions written. And, you know, at this point, Zach doesn't know me, right? And when he saw what I had prepared, I think he started to understand what what kind of guy he was dealing with, right? He was like, oh shit.
That's so awesome.
So I tell them I have 15 questions. And so yeah, honestly, they were very nice. So we just like press record and started the interview, and that's how it went down.
It's so amazing.
Yeah, honestly, I did not expect to get
All the
so
stars
many
just
answers.
lined up.
Yeah, and so afterwards, we went with Eugene to take the picture in front of the Stalker 2 like art cardboard thing. And he told me something that wasn't recorded, unfortunately. And so, okay, this is the big news I told you about. But
Let's go.
I want to like
It's the voice acting.
maybe keep the expectations a bit lower, right? No, it's not the voice acting. But because I don't remember exactly what he said or how he said it, right? And at the moment, I just had made the interview, so I was very happy how it went. So maybe my judgment of what he said was a bit like biased, right? So take what I'm gonna say with like temper your expectations, right?
They're not, but go
Basically, what he said is that GSC, he's thinking about I don't know, making more things with the community and known people in the community like you and me closer to the release. And maybe they will contact us for something. I don't know.
like a PR
But
event?
but it felt like even him didn't know exactly what it was gonna be yet. So that's why I didn't really ask for more details, because it just kind of felt like an idea, and we don't know what it's gonna be yet. Yeah. Yeah, like when he told me this, I felt like it was kind of a big deal.
Yeah, all right. I'm gonna hold out hope for that.
So I don't know. Maybe nothing.
Endless
like
hope.
Maybe, yeah, I mean, maybe nothing will happen, but maybe like there is a chance. There is a chance that maybe Stalker 2 will reach out to some of us in the community to make something. I don't know.
My heart and soul is ready.
Yeah. So I don't know, but
that's hype.
I hope we can make this work. I don't know what they have in mind, but basically, like, and you can feel it in the interview that they really want to like
multiplayer
connect.
early access beta content creator battle royale.
I mean, I don't know.
I'm sorry
maybe.
for what I must do. Anomalous starts hunting you with the Viper.
Yeah, I don't know, but you can feel in the interview that they really want to like connect more with the community the closer we get to the release.
That's so fucking cool.
And a lot of people are saying that their marketing is kind of late because the release is getting closer and there's not really much more marketing than just playing the demo, right? So maybe they have something planned for this. I don't know. It's a stretch, but
no, that would be amazing.
We can hope that maybe something is coming.
Super not afraid to be unorthodox with like marketing and otherwise. So that would be so cool if they're like, yeah, we want to build up the hype. So what better than to have like a community outreach event or something? That would be fucking sick.
Honestly, they should just let you play the demo, capture your reaction, and that's all the marketing we need.
Dude, it would be too good. The first Bandit fight, I'd be like just pissing myself with excitement. Oh, I just really can't wait because everybody keeps talking about the weather changing in the demo, and I just want to see storm clouds like roll in suddenly during like a combat encounter. I'd be like, peak atmosphere! Like, I want it so bad, dude. I need it.
Yeah. And so, yeah, basically that was it. So I asked him if I can like do the line again to play again. And he said yes, but like don't overdo it. Let other people play. So I said, okay, I'll go back. I'll come back a bit later, right? Like just not straight away, right?
Right.
So basically, that happened at the beginning. So then I went with my brother do other stuff at the event and came back to do the line in the afternoon to play a second time.
Yeah, when you knew you
And
had enough time to get through the line.
Yeah, it was like 2 hours, I would say.
So
Something
you
like
were
that.
in line for 2 hours like each time? Or no, the first time you were like basically first, but the second time it was 2 hours?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Worth it, totally
yeah.
worth it. Holy shit.
Totally worth it. Yeah, definitely. And so I played the demo second time, and after that, basically that was it.
Take us through the demo experience. Like, so the beginning is always like Richter throwing you the bolt, and then you get
Yeah,
out
yeah. Don't
that
worry.
little field.
Just let me pick up my notes, and
Yes, see, my man comes prepared.
I work through. I'll walk you through it. Okay. So the first time, I already talked about the menu of the demo, and the loading screen. Oh yeah, something I didn't really, something I wanted to try is the melee attack, because in the control sheets there's the melee attack, which is on the V button, but so that's one of the things I tried, and yeah, it works, I guess. Like
Was it
you have your
effective?
weapon. I don't know. I didn't try it on enemies. I tried it just in the air, you know.
Gotcha.
Like with the PMM, it's just like kind of a punch, and with the
Dude, I made that complaint during Trilogy. I'm like, it's really annoying. You get close to them and they just smack you in the face. I'm like, but what if I want to fucking smack him in the face? And I'm glad they addressed that.
yeah, and actually during the fight, one of the bandits did that to me, but it wasn't as painful as in the previous games.
Did it make the
Yeah.
camera like swing? It was like
Yeah,
ridiculous.
but not as
Yeah.
definitely not as much as before.
It's so good.
But we'll get to that.
Oh, it's so cool.
One thing also is that the PDA is now on the J key instead of P. Not sure why, but yeah, PDA was on J key.
What else
Not
would
sure.
take P that would take a higher precedent?
Well, in the demo, nothing. But
You press P and just nothing happened. Oh, did you get a chance to do what Lennox did and try and bring up the attachment menu for the weapon? Did it just like flicker for a moment like it did for him, or not even at all?
So I tried, but yes, one thing I forgot to say, when we first played the demo, one of the devs said that the wheel of the mouse doesn't work. Like in the control sheet, it says that you can use the mouse to change weapons, right? But he told us like it doesn't work. You have to use the buttons.
Did you try
So
it anyway?
Yeah, I tried it anyway, and indeed it did nothing.
Good based. Okay, yeah.
So I'm
They
wondering.
watch Lennox, they're like, cut that shit out, cut it out right now.
Yeah.
We can't let him see it yet.
Yeah, exactly. I was wondering if it was because of that. Yeah, because for those who don't know, like when Lennox played, he like pushed the mouse, like the wheel of the mouse, and it like kind of brought up a menu that wasn't really supposed to be there. So maybe that's why they removed the mouse wheel. I don't know.
They were going through like the demo logs and they're like, oh shit, he hit the middle mouse button 45 times. Pull that shit out. Abort.
Yeah. So yeah, I tried it, but it didn't work. All right, so I talked about the loading screen. Okay, so the opening scene is the scene where Skiff is lying down and pushing the dog inside the anomaly. You've all seen it from the Bolts and Bullets trailer. However, what I can say is that the struggle with the dog in the cutscene is actually a bit longer than in the Bolts and Bullets trailer, and it looks better because like the animation looks better, because I've seen a lot of people say that in the Bolts and Bullets trailer, the way he kicks the dog doesn't feel natural.
It did look like it was kind of like quick cut edited in a trailer kind of way.
And yeah, basically that's what it is. Like when you play the full cutscene in the demo, it's much more. It feels much more natural.
What question? Because obviously they're doing polishing on the demo. When the dog attacks in the trailer, I would say that that's one of the parts of the trailer that, like, if you're gonna like go downgrade, like a slight sore spot is the way the lighting looks on the dog. Did that look exactly the same as it did in Bolts and Bullets right now?
Yeah. So about the like graphics and all the visual stuff, honestly, it's kind of hard for me to tell because I'm not really like I don't really care that much about the graphics. So I'm not really the kind of guy who can tell the difference between like bolts and bullets and maybe come to me. Like, of course, if you point it out to me, I can see the difference. But honestly, I don't really like on my own. I did not really see the downgrade that much.
Okay, like it looked like it did
So
in the
I don't know. I
trailer
don't
for
really
the
have
most part.
the eyes for
At
this
least
kind of thing.
that particular scene.
Honestly, I kind of feel like it looked better because maybe that's just because Zach said that they improved the graphics a bit compared to Gamescom, and basically the Come to Me trailer was made out of the Gamescom demo, right? I feel like it kind of looked a bit better, but honestly, I can't tell for sure. I'm
Okay.
not really sure.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
But I definitely had no issues with how the game looked. Like for me, like
Regardless of like
I'm not
level of
really.
fidelity, it had the aesthetic that you would expect from like Stalker 2.
Yeah. Honestly, I have no complaints about this. But as I said, I may not be as like looking for this as other people. Like
Did you
I
get
may
that
be.
feeling like when you first played Shadow of Chernobyl, or like when you first play a Stalker game?
Oh
Like that
yeah,
magic you had,
but
yeah, the magic was
yeah,
there.
yeah, but not at the very beginning. But we'll come to that. Um, so yeah, there's the so Skiff kicks the dog into the anomaly, and then there's Richter who throws the bolt, and same thing here. Like the real cutscene is slightly longer, and there's more dialogue compared to what is seen in Bolts and Bullets. Um, and about the bolts, I had. So I thought I had said in another earlier video that I think there are two buttons for the bolt, like right click and left click, and there are two ways to throw the bolt because we saw that in the E3 trailer the bolts were thrown differently than in the Come to Me trailer, and I can now say that I was correct.
Nice.
So there's the left click which throws the bolt like I
Casual
think
throw.
like in Come to Me, and the right click throws the bolt like in the E3 trailer, like in the swamp scene.
Did you hold it down? Is it like the old ones where you get the radial bar for like the amount of
Uh,
pressure you want to throw it with?
yeah, it felt like this, but there is no like indicator in the front of the screen.
Okay, gotcha. No HUD element for it, but it
Yeah,
mechanically felt like it was there. Okay.
yeah, exactly. Um, so instantly I checked the inventory and the PDA when I was given control of the player. The inventory feels a lot like the inventory from Call of Pripyat, actually. Um, there's the like your stuff in the right side, and in the middle there's all the special slots. So you have one slot for the armor, one slot for headgear, just like in Call of Pripyat. There's one slot for a pistol and two slots for weapons. So you have like now three weapons that you can have at one given time, but I'm sure you already knew that. Um, there is one slot for the detector, artifact detector. Um,
I'm hoping,
and
side
there
note,
are,
that means that pistol play is going to have a greater emphasis, because in Shadow of Chernobyl, for example, like by the time you got to the mid game, like pistols are kind of a moot point. There's really no use for them.
yeah, yeah. I also hope that too. And honestly, in the demo, I really used the pistol a lot because you don't have a lot of ammo for all your weapons. So I like basically every time I played, I ran out of ammo. So every time I had to use the pistol, and I even used the knife. But we'll get to that. Um, So in the inventory, there is also the 5 artifact slots. And what I noticed with the starting suit, so the starting suit is basically the leather jacket. You had 2 artifact slots available. Out of the 5, there were 2 that you could use. So basically, it looks like the same system as Call of Pripyat. Yes. And yeah, that's basically it about the inventory. Unfortunately, there is no like portrait, no character portrait, or like information about the skiff. But maybe they will add it later. I don't know. So yeah, I guess the inventory was good enough. I mean, no complaints about it. And the PDA. So yeah, now it's J. At the beginning, I was pressing P and I was like, this is not working. And then I looked at the control sheet and realized that it was J. So there is an animation where you like get the PDA out and then it zooms in on it and it's
Turns
when you
into
are
a 2D
inside
screen.
it. Yeah, it's actually a 2D screen when you're inside.
Gotcha.
And in the demo, there was only one tab that was available, which is the tab with the missions. So you couldn't go to the other tabs. But the other tabs, you could see what these were. And so there was the map. The first tab is the map. You couldn't go there, unfortunately, but yeah, I mean, it's kind of obvious the PDA will have the map. So there was the mission tab that you could see in the demo, but honestly, there was not much interesting to see there. And I didn't have time to read like the mission descriptions anyway, so nothing really
Did
interesting
you
there.
already have like missions populated that you hadn't like accrued like during your
Yeah,
play?
I think there was like 3 missions. I mean, when you talk to Richter, there's the mission to go to Zalicia, but I think there were like 3 missions already. But yeah, I didn't take the time to read them. Then there's a tab, a journal tab. So that's pretty interesting. Maybe Skiff will have journal entries, I guess.
I hope they keep that.
But
Like, I don't know if like it was appreciated by like the greater like majority of the players,
audience,
but
yeah.
yeah, I really enjoyed like the PDA entries too, especially because it gave a little bit more fleshing out for Strellick's character and like where his headspace was, because like
Yeah,
games will try to
definitely.
feed you exposition, but Stalker was smart. It was like, no, it's in your PDA as your journal. It's there if you want to look at it, but it's not going to force it to you during the gameplay when you're trying.
Yeah, and these entries gave a lot of insight, in Strelok's mind, I guess, and also a bit of lore. So it's always good to have those.
Yeah.
And but then there's also a notes tab. So I'm not sure what the difference is between journal and notes. Maybe the player will be able to like take notes. I'm not sure, but there was one journal tab and then one notes tab.
Can I just say that'd be
So
really cool if you could just freehand with like a pencil in like a notes tab or something.
yeah, maybe that's what it is. I don't know, but
That would be one of those like features where like maybe they thought of it and they're like, oh, that's simple enough. Yeah, we should put that in the game. That would be actually cool as shit. And if it's not in the game, then like, all right, I'm saying it right now for whoever's watching and has the technical expertise, please make that mod.
yeah. Then there was the upgrade tab, an upgrades tab. So I don't know if this is going to be to
Yeah, because you would find that
have
at
a
like a
catalog.
technician. So I wonder
Yeah,
if like that's
maybe.
just so you can see what upgrades you have versus like putting them in on
Yeah,
the fly or something.
yeah. I'm not sure what. Maybe it will like have the list of all the technicians and what upgrades they can perform, or I don't know. I guess that's what it's gonna be. But yeah, there was the upgrade tab.
Gotcha.
Then statistics tab. I guess kind of like in the previous games, you can see. I guess you will be able to see the number of stalkers killed, the number of mutants killed, quests completed, etc. And then a bestiary tab. That was the last one. So I'm kind of happy that there's the bestiary tab, but at the same time, I would have preferred if it was just encyclopedia, because bestiary is just gonna be the monsters. But with the encyclopedia, like in SOC, you had
More
the
robust.
monsters, the artifacts, the locations, factions, anomalies, basically everything. So of course it's work in progress. Like in the demo, there's this big big written thing that says work in progress. So maybe the PDA will be different in the final game, but that's the tabs that were seen.
Gotcha.
And the PDA itself, it looks, I don't know, it looks, of course it's not, it doesn't look exactly the same as in the previous games, but like the aesthetic is normal. Like I don't have anything special to say about it. Oh, but I forgot to see what the cursor looked like. Damn it. I'm not sure. I can't tell you what the cursor looked like. I didn't. I don't
It
remember.
was probably so subtle that yeah, it's not gonna stand out.
Yeah.
I love that meme
Yeah,
though,
but
where
like,
it's like PC games in the 2000s, and they got like the freaking like super customized like glorious like mouse cursors, and it's like games now, and they just have like a default Windows cursor. Like that shit is fucking
yeah.
funny.
I think I would have noticed if there was the like spinning radiation symbol.
Yeah,
I
the,
don't
the
know.
the the classic
Honestly,
one would have reached out to you, so it's probably something new or
yeah,
a placeholder.
I'm not sure. Honestly, I really don't remember. I don't think I even noticed it. I was so immersed in the thing, in the demo, like I forgot to actually take a look at some of the details. Anyway, so then you like do the tutorial. You just have to throw a bolt into a springboard and run through it. Not really complicated. And then you can talk to Richter, so the guy who gave you the bolt. One thing I looked at was the facial animations. Most of the time they looked great, but at the same time I feel like they were still unfinished. Because there were a few times where like the character was speaking and his lips weren't moving.
Mm.
So
Yeah,
so
people have
when
mentioned
it
that. That makes sense.
so when his lips were moving it looked good, but sometimes it just didn't work. So
I wonder if that's just them
I
like
guess
still like ironing out the audio to face plugin, or if like they just haven't like finished the actual like animating and keyframing process. Like like even Zach mentioned that with everything that was going on, like they had to like figure out how to get the animation studio
yeah.
or what have like set back up. So yeah, it probably put the timeline back on a lot of that stuff.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but overall it was pretty good. It looked pretty great. So from the get-go, you have different options of dialogue you can choose from when talking to the character. And yeah, also how the like NPC interaction works. Basically, you run to the character and you have to press F to interact, like the previous games. But here it's there's not like a box with a dialogue and text. It's just like the character like directly talking to you. And when you have to give an answer, there's like different answers that pop up in the bottom of the screen, but there's no like box. It's just like on top of the what the character sees, right?
Right.
And so from the get-go, there's different dialogue options. And one interesting thing is that Skiff can tell Richter that he is looking for someone. So we don't know who Skiff is looking for because he doesn't say when you choose the dialogue option. It just says he's looking for someone. I have a feeling it might be Herman, but yeah, I don't know. Either way, like because I played the demo twice, I chose both dialogue options. Either way, Richter tells you to go to Zaliesia village, and that's the main objective. Oh yeah, one thing also, when you are in the inventory or in the PDA, you cannot move at the same time, and that kind of like that went against my like my
Instincts.
reflexes. Yeah, exactly. Like I was trying to move while in the inventory and it didn't work. But they'll probably change that later, I think. And yeah, the leaning was not in the controls, but it did work.
Oh, okay.
Like leaning left and right.
Were you able to double crouch?
Uh, I didn't check. Ah, my bad.
Sacrilege. It's all good.
Um, okay, so you're on your way to Zalicia, right? And you come across this small area, and there are some corpses of the Ward faction there. I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 guys, corpses. So you can pick up a few supplies there, and then you go to the village, and there are some dogs attacking stalkers who are in a house. So you have to help them kill the dogs. So of course I took out the shotgun. So apparently, I was told that the inventory you have in the demo is randomized. I don't know
Oh,
if
okay.
you
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
know that. I didn't know when I played, because both time I played, I had the same loadout. I
Yeah,
had
I think there's like a few starting loadouts that they randomized through for the demo.
yeah, you had PMM, AKS, and the sawn off shotgun. So of course I used the sawn off shotgun to kill the dogs. It wasn't too difficult. Felt basically like fighting the dogs.
Did the
In
dogs move
Stalker.
around with complex animation, or were they in like a straight line constantly, or did they at least
Hon-
like weave?
Honestly, they moved just like in the previous games. So yeah,
Perfect.
they
Perfect.
did
Okay.
weave. Yeah, it felt like just fighting the dogs in the previous games. So
Awesome.
I already knew I assumed the pattern would be the same, and yeah, I was correct. So, um,
That's shit you don't
and s-
change. That's the lore.
yeah, and I mean, it works, so why change it? It
Right.
works before, so there's no reason to change this. So you kill a couple of dogs, and you can talk to the stalkers you helped. I'm pretty sure the guy was named Zorik. So Zorik is one of the bouncers of the bar. You know, um, um, the first guy, the first bouncer, right?
Yep. Yep.
The guy who's so the guy who says, "Come in, don't stand there," right?
Yeah.
So maybe it's the same character or just another character of the same name. I'm not sure. And he had there was another stalker, a buddy of his, who was laying on the floor. I guess he was wounded, right? And yeah, Richter gave you medkits to deliver to these guys. So you deliver the medkits, and I'm pretty sure Zorik said that he had no coupons to give you. So basically confirms that the money is named coupons. Um, and once again, there are different dialogue options you could go for. Like you could try to ask for a better reward, but I didn't go for this dialogue option. And basically, he says that the bandits took their old base, which is at the boiler house, and
Mm,
that's the place where the bandits are.
bolts and bolts.
And basically, Skiff has balls of steels, and he says like, "I'm gonna fight them on my own." Like Zork is like,
Hell yeah, that's just
"What the
like the
fuck are you
first quest in
talking about?"
Shadow of Chernobyl. Yeah, where you can be like, nah, I'm gonna take the bandit
Yeah,
park on
but
my own.
I feel like there's no option to say, "Can I get some backup or anything?" Like, no, he's just like, "I need to blow some steam off, so I'm gonna fight them alone." So I don't know. Maybe Skiff is a fighter, maybe ex-military. I'm not sure, or maybe it's just the player
Placeholder.
who
Or
wants to play the Skiff however he likes. I don't know.
yeah.
Maybe the player actions will actually define who Skiff is. I'm not sure.
Right. The dialogue is reflective of the decisions you've previously made, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, but at this time I felt like I had no option than being a badass, like, basically.
I
So
don't know who I am. I don't know where I am. All I know is that I must kill.
yeah, basically. Um, okay. So next, so there's this road who leads to the boiler, who's just a little bit further. So I headed there, but I didn't expect. So I expected the bandits to just be on their base, right? I didn't expect them to be already on the road waiting to ambush me. So
Awesome.
actually I died there because I didn't expect them to be here already. Like basically they were like, I don't know, maybe just 20 meters from the house where I talked to Zorik. There were like two
That's
of them.
sick.
I didn't expect it, and I died. But that's the only time I died, basically. After this, I didn't die again, except because of the emission. But we'll get to that.
When you died there was no checkpoint, or did it kick you out to the beginning of the demo?
No, basically it's in the menu there. It says load a previous save or something, and it just put me like just 30 seconds before
Oh,
where I
nice.
was. So yeah, I was kind of afraid that I had to restart the demo, but it was not the case. So that was great. So I dealt with these two bandits. Honestly, I had a difficult time killing one of them. I'm not sure what happened, but like I magdumped him with the AK and he didn't die. Like I think basically he was standing like there was a fence between him and I. But I was still like, normally the bullets should have gone like next to the fence, right? But I'm not sure. Maybe the collision was bugged, but like felt like it didn't take any bullets. I'm not sure what went on, or maybe I'm just too bad at shooting because the sensitivity is kind of high. It was kind of high for me. So, and also one thing I should say is that it's been a very, very long time since I played a modern game. So I'm not really used to the modern controls, like the how modern games handle,
Would
basically.
you say it felt like it handled a lot different than like old Stalker?
Maybe not too different, but definitely a bit different, yeah. Like I had some reflexes that didn't work. Like for example, working when the PDA is out or working when the inventory is up.
Right, right.
But yeah, like I had some difficulties adjusting to some of the like how it handled, but it's not a game problem. It's more of a me problem, not being like not playing for a long time with new shooters. Um, anyway, I dealt with these two bandits that were ambushing, and then went straight to the boiler. And fought with the bandits there. And yeah, I mean that was a firefight, I guess. I mean, just felt like old Stalker. I don't know. I'm not sure what to say. Like, it's just a fight with the bandits, like how you would expect it to go.
So the AI felt like it was quick on its feet.
Yeah, I would say so. Like it, it just felt like the old Stalker, honestly.
Probably the highest compliment you could give it.
Yeah, and one thing that was kind of strange is
Oh
that
yeah, did
there
they
were
yell
a
cheeky
lot of
breaky?
bandits.
Did you
No,
hear? You didn't
I'm
hear cheeky
pretty
breaky, Eve Domke?
no, I'm pretty sure the like all the voices were in English. Like even the combat voices were in English. Like there are definitely yelling a lot of stuff, but it's all in English.
If I don't hear cheeky breaky Eve Domke in the English dub of Stalker 2, I'm gonna be pissed off.
Yeah, I think a lot of people will be if that happens.
They'd be like, but it's an English dub. I'd be like, you don't
But I don't
fuck
know.
with
Maybe it's just.
tradition. Like,
I mean, it will be the first mod being made, right? I bring back Cheeky
100%.
Breaky. Will be
Cheeky
the first
breaky
mod.
might be #1 on Nexus mods in like less than 24 hours. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. So anyway, the fight is kind of weird because you are alone against a lot of bandits. So they are really like outflanking you and like outnumbering you. So I had to move a lot. I could not stay at one cover, right? So I kind of moved a lot during the fight, took them down one by one, and I ran out of bullets pretty fast.
Did they
So
clear
I
sky
had to
you?
knife 3 of them.
They throw any grenades at you?
No, no, I don't think so. No, they didn't throw any grenades. But yeah, I had to knife 3 of them.
Ooh, did it
And
feel
what?
tactile? Like when you would connect with the knife? Did like they recoil?
I don't know. It felt normal. Like I have nothing bad to say about any of it. Basically, like just played as it should. I would say.
Right on.
Like nothing shocked me. Nothing shocked me. Everything seemed
Did they
as
just
it should.
ragdoll and die in
So,
that old way?
yeah, and one thing I can say is that the right click of the knife does not necessarily kill in one shot anymore.
Oh, so is it still a power stab?
Yeah, but not exactly in the same way as it was before. Like the way he uses his second hand to push the knife is not exactly the same.
Gotcha.
But yeah, it doesn't one shot anymore. And yeah, when I was fighting one of the bandits with my knife, he actually like punched me with the. That's when he punched me with the melee attack. But yeah, it was not as strong as before. Like if it had been as strong as before, he would have killed me. But he just punched me. There was like a bit of knockback, and then I knifed him, and he died. Basically.
Nice.
Like I knifed him. I knifed him one time. Then he shoved me, and then I knifed him a second time, and he died. So yeah, I was like running like Rambo with my knife out and killing the remaining bandits like this. Honestly, I'm not sure if the dev behind saw it, but might have been fun for him.
Did you catch him watching your particular playthrough at any point?
No, I think he went to help the other guys a lot. And yeah, so
People that
my
walk into
brother,
anomalies and they're like, "What's going on?"
yeah, I mean, my brother played for the first time, and he told me that it was very difficult for him. Like he didn't know how to use the medkits necessarily, so
Steep
of course if
learning
you don't
curve.
heal, it's much more difficult. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess he helped the dev went to help the other guys, and he saw that I was doing fine, so he didn't really watch my gameplay much. And yeah, so after I dealt with the bandits, I'm not even sure if I killed all of them. I definitely killed a lot of them, but maybe there were one or two left. But then the message with the emission came in. I think the message with the emission was pretty raw. Like there's no PDA beeping sound or anything. There's just a line spoken about the emission coming, and that's it.
Oh, okay.
And
Placeholder.
honestly, for new players, I think it would be very confusing to know what they should do at this moment. Like
Oh yeah.
there's no like mission updated, go find shelter
Find
or
shelter.
anything.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing
This
telling
guy is
you.
just turning red and shaking, and they're like, "What the fuck is going on?"
Yeah, so it's just the compass. Like if you look at the compass, you see where you have to go. But if you don't know, like honestly, it's because I knew that I had to get to the village and the shelter. But for a new player, honestly, I think it's impossible. They know where they're supposed to go. So I rushed to the shelter. I had no more. Like I used all my energy drinks. With the animation and stuff. But at the ending, I had no more endurance, no more stamina, no more cans. So I was like walking, waiting for the endurance to go back up, like typical Stalker experience when there's an emission.
Yep.
So that felt authentic. Like I was thrown back to all the times I was overloaded and trying to run from an emission. But I did manage to make it in time to the shelter. And in the Bolts and Bullets trailer, there's this one shot where the player is standing on some sort of cliff with the AK, and there's the emission going on, and he's looking at the village. Right?
Yeah, in the beginning.
That's where I think many of you probably already know, but that's where the shelter is. So I did saw this cliff. I actually jumped from this cliff to go to the shelter, and we saw that there was some kind of electrical anomaly in the village, right next to the shelter.
Yeah, we were speculating
like
on that. Did you get a closer look?
Yeah, I know what it is.
Oh hell yeah!
I'm pretty sure. So
is it a Tesla?
Well, actually, it's not an anomaly. It's just a light bulb attached to a wire that does a lot of electrical sparks. And So I was like on the cliff looking at the village, and suddenly there were these sparks, and I was like, oh, that's the anomaly I need to look for.
Nice.
So I went there, and when I got closer, I saw that it was just a light bulb with a wire, and that made a lot of electrical sparks. And when you get closer to it, it just stopped. Like it stopped emitting sparks, right? And
Interesting.
so, and like when I first saw it in the distance, at first it was not active. Like I was looking at the village, I saw nothing.
It looked like it
And
was like fading in
suddenly it like triggered. And when I got close to it, it stopped. So I feel like maybe it was some kind of signal telling you where to go to look for the shelter. That's what it felt like.
But it's an anomaly?
You seem confused by this. No, it's not an anomaly. It's just a light bulb with a wire and that emits like electrical sparks. Doesn't feel like an anomaly. Or maybe it's the emission affecting the electrical system. I'm not sure.
I'm gonna have to chew on that. That's
I'm not
weird.
sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Huh.
I mean, everything went pretty fast because right after that there's the cutscene with the door.
I was gonna say you're playing for like what is it, like 15 or 30 minutes, but it probably feels like it's over in like 2 seconds.
Yeah, honestly, the first time I felt like it was only like maybe just 10 minutes instead of 15. But it must have been 15, I think. But it definitely felt shorter. And so when you get to the shelter, there's the door, of course, that everyone has seen from the Bolts and Bullets trailer at the end. And actually, one funny thing is that in the Bolts and Bullet trailer, the dialogue is cut. Like Skiff says, door, open the door. But in the demo, he says, open the door twice. He says, open the door, open the door. But they cut the beginning in the trailer, so it's just like door, open the door. One funny thing.
Why? I wonder. Yeah, it's weird. I wonder why they do that. They're like, we can't show them anything. Don't give them even 2 extra seconds of trailer runtime.
Yeah.
If he says door twice, it just doesn't hit the same.
Yeah. So it just the cutscene plays exactly like in Bolts and Bullets trailer. Like Skiff falls down and there's a stalker who opens the door, grabs you, pulls you in, and that's how the demo ends.
Gotcha.
So that was my first time playing through the demo. Honestly, as I said, no technical problems, no bugs. Everything ran perfectly. Honestly, everything felt as it should. Like except me struggling a bit to adapt to the new like controls and stuff.
Schema.
But
yeah,
honestly, just felt like Stalker. I have nothing to say against.
So it met your expectations.
The demo, like except just maybe the facial animations, maybe just some of the facial animations that looked unfinished, and the PDA message when there's the emission that also maybe looked a bit unfinished.
Yeah.
Apart from that, everything was perfect. I would say.
Nice.
I mean, taking it as a demo, of course, not like in the optics of it being the final game. Right?
But
like
knowing your first impression of the game, yeah.
Yeah, honestly, that was great. That was just great. So I guess we can move on to the second time I played, and that's when it's gonna be even more interesting. Because the first time, basically, I played standard, right? I followed what I was supposed to do. I talked to the NPCs how I was supposed to, and I just followed the demo normally, basically. But the second time,
you're like, time to break this
plans
shit.
In mind. Yeah. Yeah. The second time, okay, actually, the people in the Discord, when I was walking in line, I was talking to the people in the Discord.
Yeah, 100 Rads bar, baby!
And they were telling me, yeah, go there, go there. So shout out to Spartan Mozi again.
Yeah, there he is.
Because I followed his directions. So basically, in the second time playing the demo, I skipped all the story and speaking to the characters. I just went past the, like there's the road that leads to the boiler, right?
Mm-hmm.
I went past there. I did shot a few dogs that were attacking Zorik, right? And what I noticed is that I actually friendly fired him, and he turned against me. Like he turned hostile because the spread of the shotgun, like he was like just next to a dog, like the dog was like attacking him. So I shot the dog, and the spread shot Zorik accidentally, and he turned against me. But I didn't want to like fight him. I just ran off because I wanted to explore the area. So there's a chopper like crashed in some sort of swamp. I went through there. I expected like there was a bit of radiation. I expected some anomalies maybe around it, but didn't seem like there were anomalies around it.
Not
But
like
honestly,
it's not the one from the Come to Me trailer though.
no. It's a different one.
Okay.
It was, I
Oh,
think it
gee,
was
totally unrelated, but I want to go to the locations that all like the crash choppers were in Call of Pripyat and see if like they're still in the same spots.
Oh yeah, that would
Yeah.
be interesting for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
So yeah, I went past the chopper. Then there's like some wooded area. There was a bandit in the like a lone bandit hiding behind a tree and who kind of surprised me, but I dealt with him, and he had. I saw his inventory. Basically, I was when I killed people, I just took a look at their inventories, but did not necessarily take the items, but just to see if I could spot new items, right?
Or anything interesting, yeah.
And I didn't see anything interesting except on this bandit there was a shotgun I've never seen before, and unfortunately I don't remember the name, but it was like something shotgun. And it's a weapon I've never seen before, even in real life or like in the internet.
You
I
weren't
don't know
able to
what
grab it off
kind of
of him?
shotgun this. Honestly, I didn't even think of trying it. I should have, but I was kind of in a hurry, so I just saw that it was a new shotgun. But
Interesting.
I'm not sure because like the name was shotgun, but the weapon didn't really look like a shotgun. So I'm
Maybe like more
not
of
sure
like
if
a
it's like
homemade
maybe it
shotgun?
was a problem with the name. It looked like more like an assault rifle.
Was that bandit really hiding behind the tree on purpose for an ambush?
No, I don't think so. It's just that I didn't see them, and then he like took
Oh,
cover behind a tree to shoot at me.
because if he did like a pop out animation and he was waiting for you as the player, that's a mind fuck of how good A Life
Yeah,
is
no,
getting.
that's not really what happened. But yeah, that would be. But basically, like that's kind of what happened, but like not deliberately, right?
Right, right.
So I'm not sure what this shotgun was. It looked like a bit of a strange AR, like assault rifle.
Maybe a weird misplaced
But
placeholder image.
yeah, I think it kind of felt like a placeholder, honestly, but I'm not sure. And actually, at another time, I saw a bandit, like on another bandit, I saw he had. Wait, let me check my notes. I'm not sure. Yeah, he had a UDP. So in the demo, there is
Nice.
also
I
the
love the
UDP
handgun.
compact. So he had a UDP. So the model was the UDP, but the name said like PMM. The name was PMM, but it was a UDP.
Was it silenced?
So that's basically the only bug I guess I encountered. So maybe there's like I don't know placeholders for names or for guns. But I also had a UDP that did work and had the proper name and the proper model, so I'm not sure.
Maybe if it does or doesn't have an attachment, or there's like some unique variation.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but felt like kind of a bug. But maybe I
Gotcha.
just imagined it, but I don't know. Everything went so fast, I'm not so sure. But anyway, um, then I continued a bit and I found the house from the Bolts and Bullets trailer. You know, the house with the
Yeah.
big anomalous crack in the middle?
Yep.
where there is the bucket and Skiff shoots the bucket in the anomaly.
Shot the
So
bucket.
I went there, shot the bucket exactly like in Bolts and Bullets. Unfortunately, the developer was not behind me at this moment because maybe he would have reacted to that. But,
Did you jump through it after?
no, I didn't want to like die or mess up the jump. So I just after that I just continued in the same direction.
Gotcha.
Because honestly, the map of the demo was much bigger than what I expected. Because for a 15 minutes demo, there seemed like so much more to do.
Map is
Like, honestly,
gigantic, but they didn't show you the map on the PDA though.
no. But like, I could just run in a direction for the entire 15 minutes
And all the area
didn't end.
that you went to
It
felt
felt
like
like
it
this.
was like unique and handcrafted. It didn't just feel like someone like dropped in like tree assets and just randomly like it feels like everything had like the hand touch approach, right?
No, yeah, honestly, everything felt pretty natural. There was like there were areas less interesting
More
than others, like
maybe just basic
with trees, for
woodland or
example.
something
But there
like
were
that. Yeah,
also
of course.
yeah, but it was all sprinkled with like interesting areas like houses, small villages, like a crashed shopper and stuff like this. Basically placed in a way that made it perfect for gameplay, right? Like there's just small
Yeah.
areas that are less interesting in between, but when going in a direction, you're not gonna get bored. Like there's always something that's gonna catch your eye, and a few anomalies here and there as well, a few radiation pockets, things like this. So honestly, the level felt pretty well crafted. That's for sure.
Nice.
So I continued in the same direction, and then the emission warning came. But I spotted the farm from the Bolts and Bullets trailer.
The flush
There's the
farm?
farm, yeah, the flesh farm. So I was like, I need to get there before the emission hits to see what's inside and to see the flashes, right? So I rushed there, and inside I entered one of the two buildings, because there's two buildings for the farm, right? And I guess the one that I entered was not the one showed in the Bolts and Bullets trailer.
Oh, so you went from
Because
like the opposite end.
Yeah, I think so. But I'm sure it was not the same, because the one I entered was full of anomalies. It was full of thermal anomalies and actually a new kind of anomaly. Basically, so there was like the thermal effect inside the whole building, like, the screen going a bit red.
Red, yeah.
But there was also the emission going on at the same time, right? So it
It's
was
all
completely
compounding.
red. I saw nothing, right? And so there were some glowing red spots on the floor. So obviously I'm like, these are anomalies, right? So I take out my bolt and throw it. And these were like kind of burners, but the flame is not going upwards. It's like, how to say this?
Random direction.
The flame is like in an arc, like a small arc of spitting fire, basically.
Oh, weird. So it's like a new variation.
Yeah, and honestly, it looked amazing.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Like the fire effect was insane, and it did a kind of the same sound as the burner. And I don't know, the arc was maybe like 1.5, 2 meters wide, I guess. Or yes, in American units, how long would that be? I don't know, maybe 6 feet, something like this. The diameter of the arc, it was like. So basically, spitting fire in one direction in the form of an arc. So yeah, I was like, nice, that's a new anomaly I didn't know about. So great find. And I pull out my detector, because in the demo you have the echo detector. That's the first one that only has sound and like the blue thing going on and off.
Yeah.
And I did detect an artifact inside the anomaly. But with the emission going on, with the anomalies like spitting fire and making the burner noise all over me, I could not hear the beeping. So I did not manage, unfortunately, I did not manage to locate the artifact.
Wasn't the best time to be artifact hunting.
I really wanted to see how picking up the artifact. Yeah, and so I figured I would not be able to find it, so I ran to the other building to see if the flashes were there. And they were actually outside between the two buildings. There were two flashes. I killed one with my knife because I was also out of ammo again. And it was kind of weird because they completely ignored me. I'm not sure if it was the effect of the emission. So first of all, they were not hiding from the emission, obviously, because they were between the two buildings outside. And they completely ignored me. Like I first spotted one, I took out my knife and started knifing him, and he didn't even like bother. He wasn't even looking at me. Like I was stabbing him in the back a few times, maybe three knife cuts, and he was dead. And then another one came, and he didn't really care. He he was just chilling there, didn't even attack me. And then I died because of the emission.
Nice.
And so I was like, is this over? I just like look at
Is
the
this
other people
loss?
playing. But honestly, this whole section, like like the emission, finding this new anomaly field, trying to find the artifact, and then like going crazy, just trying to kill one flesh before I knew I was going
Authentic
to
Stalker
die.
experience.
All of this, I felt like a kid playing Stalker again. Like at this moment, I knew like this game had it, right? This
Yeah.
game has it.
It has the magic. It's got the right formula.
Exactly.
That's so
At this
satisfying.
moment, my mind was blown, right? And so I was like, is this over? And I like look at the other people playing. They're still playing the demo, right? And there's the dev comes. He shows his timer, and it's like only 8 minutes. So he says you can play the demo again. So basically,
Nice.
I'm in the main menu, and I just press play again.
Ooh, oh, this
So
is where we get the Poltergeist story, right?
So it starts again from the very beginning. But this time, I have a different loadout. This time I had UDP compact, so that's how I know there was the UDP compact. I had the TOS 34, you know, the shotgun with
Nice.
the over and
Nice.
under
Oh, yeah.
barrel.
It's the
And
Swamp C 321 gun, the classic.
yeah, and I had the Viper 5.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah. And I'm not exactly sure. I feel like the suit I had was different as well. Like it was still a leather jacket, but I'm
Different
pretty
variation.
sure its visual was slightly different, but I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure. But I feel like it was still a leather jacket, but slightly different.
Barton asks, was it
Honestly,
green?
No. It was like...
Not a freedom jacket, Spartan.
No, it was not. Oh yeah, shit, I'm not looking at the chat, sorry. My bad. I should be looking at the chat a little bit.
You're good, you're good.
I mean,
don't want to distract
we
you.
will
We're
answer...
getting a perfect stream of conscious right now.
We will answer some questions later, of course. I think we will have some time to answer questions.
Sunrise is usually more of like a tan. It can be green.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah, it depends.
Yeah, no, maybe he reacted to the fact that I said it was still a leather jacket, but a bit different.
True.
So this time I rushed to the right side, complete right side of the map from when you start. So in another direction, basically from last time. Oh yeah, and basically when you start behind you can't go behind. Like you have to go through the anomalies for the tutorial, and behind you is like some swamp area with radiation. And it clearly felt like this was the end of the map, so I didn't even bother trying to go there. But I actually read from somebody else who played the demo, from his impressions, that he actually tried to go there, and if you go too far into the water, you die. Basically, it's a bit like I don't know, maybe the water in Limansk River in Clear Sky. If you go into that water, you
Yeah.
die instantly.
I mean, that's a much better way of setting up an artificial limit for the player than having like a fucking fence.
Yeah, honestly, it felt natural. Like I instantly could recognize that I was not supposed to go this way, but at the same time, it didn't feel like
Forced.
too forced of an obstacle. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So honestly, that's pretty good.
Nice.
So anyway, I went to the right side this time. There were a few swampy areas where I fought some dogs. There was like a truck. So I climbed the truck to see if the dogs could try to get me there, but they couldn't. Just like in the previous games, like the dogs were like, shit.
Are they still leaping through the air, trying?
Honestly, no, they didn't even try. But there were like normal
In
dogs,
the original,
not
the dogs
pseudo dogs.
they could get you. They would jump up onto the cars and shit. Like, but it would take
Yeah,
them a
but
moment, depending.
yeah, it depends. Maybe I killed them too fast.
Based
There
on
were not a
Anomalous,
lot
he's
of
like,
them.
I didn't let them live long enough to find out.
I mean, there were not a lot of them. Maybe just 2 or 3. But when I climbed, at first they didn't know. Basically, it felt like they didn't know how to get me. So maybe yeah, if I let them more time, maybe they would have tried to jump, but not instantly, at least. Then I continued. There was an area. Honestly, like all the areas I saw were pretty interesting, but I don't know. It's kind of hard to describe without showing the visuals. There was an area where there was some bunker doors. Basically, there's like not really a hole in the ground, but like the terrain is like descending a bit, and then there's a door of a bunker.
Is this
But
where
I
you
could
saw the
not.
ribs?
No, not yet. But this door you couldn't open it. It was closed and you couldn't open it. But I noticed like when I went to try to open the door, I like hugged the door. And that's when I noticed that weapons go up
Oh yeah,
when
the
you
animation
are
will turn right,
yeah,
right.
yeah, like when I had like the Taz rifle
They
and
respect the physical boundary.
exactly, like if you try to hug the wall, the skiff will point the weapon like upwards so that the barrel does not go through the door. So I tested it. So when I noticed that, I tested it with the Viper and the PMM, and it did the same. So it worked. It worked. It looked natural. It's honestly like I have nothing bad to say about this. So then I continued, and there was another door of this exactly the same door, but basically on the other side of the small cliff, I guess, that was in between. So I guess maybe there's a corridor, a tunnel between the two, but both of them were closed and you couldn't open them. Maybe for a quest they will open, or maybe it's just like decoration. I don't know. And then I had to fight a Bloodsucker. And honestly, that Bloodsucker fight, it felt like a small boss battle, basically.
Damn, really?
Because that Bloodsucker, bro, a tough motherfucker. Like, honestly, honestly, I struggled, really. Like, basically, I used all of my ammo against him. I did kill him, but
Did he knock you down?
yeah, it did knock me down. Yeah, so basically, you fight him. The Bloodsucker kind of moves like in the original games, but when he's going to attack you, instead of just like, slashing his hand, there's the jump attack that we saw in the trailers, right? And I managed to
Does he
avoid
do that
all
like
of them.
every time, or is that just one of his tools that he?
No, it doesn't do that every time, because he did also like hurt me. Just maybe like I would say like the usual way.
Yeah.
Like hurt me without knocking me down, right? But the like leap attack.
Did he ever grab you and do like the tentacle animation?
No, but I wouldn't let him do that, But But basically, like the leap attack, he did it maybe, I don't know, 3, 4 times. Because honestly, the fight was long. I was really struggling to kill him. But I avoided all of them except once. And yeah, when I got hit by this attack, like Skiff fell over exactly like in the Bolts and Bullets trailer. But then you like kind of quickly get up.
When he knocks you down, does he try to attack you while you're down, or does he run away and cloak?
Well, he didn't really finish me off. Like Skiff just went back up and the fight continued. So yeah, it doesn't feel like too unfair where he just because the knockdown attack does take a lot of health away. Like I don't know, maybe like 60% health. But it didn't feel unfair, like he would just directly finish you off after this. Like I didn't die. So I just got up and continued fighting. But honestly, I used all of my ammo. I had to use all my UDP ammo and all my Viper ammo and all my TOS ammo, but I did kill him.
Damn! Really? He took all that? That is a tough son of a bitch.
Yeah, I mean, I did use some against the dogs and for all the stuff as well. So, and honestly, that's maybe the only issue I had with the demo is that you don't have a lot of bullets. Like maybe just a few clips and that's all.
Okay, so like 2 reserved.
Honestly, I'm not sure. I did not really like count the bullets, but maybe you have like 2 spare magazines for the pistol, maybe like 10,
that is
10
definitely
shotgun shells.
one of the big things that they're probably balancing and testing with the demo.
Yeah.
Because they want it to be tough, but probably like they're trying to find the sweet spot for like balancing, I'm sure.
Yeah, definitely. But for me, like that was the most difficult part, like running out of ammo. Because I can kill a few bandits with the knife, but the Bloodsucker with the knife kind of difficult.
Plot twist, he goes down in one hit.
I didn't want to die, so I played it safe.
Yeah.
But yeah, I dealt with him, but honestly, I was surprised by how difficult it was. Like, honestly, it was difficult to kill him. Like, his attacks were not so difficult to dodge if you had the endurance. But like, if you managed your endurance like a veteran would.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm pretty sure like anyone who hasn't played Stalker would get completely destroyed by the Bloodsucker.
Perfect, as it should be.
Yeah, honestly, gives a whole new perspective on how the monster is dangerous. Because one issue that you could have run into while being a veteran would be like everything would be too easy. Like you already know all the mutants, so you know how to deal with them, and
patterns.
It's not as enjoyable. Honestly, now I have no doubts that we will still feel like rookies sometimes.
All we want.
Even if we are veterans.
Always start on master mode. The rules have never changed, guys. Always start new game, hit master, same as it ever was, same as it ever will be.
So yeah, fighting that Bloodsucker was definitely a highlight. Like I sweated. I was like, damn, am I that bad, or is it actually difficult?
Which what did the Bloodsucker like look like the one in Bolts and Bullets, texture wise? Do you recall? Because it seems like there might be a couple variations to them.
Honestly, I'm not sure because like I was so invested in the fight, I did not really look at it, and it was quite often camouflaged. Like there were very few moments when it was visible, and it was moving at like basically the same speed, I would say, as in the previous games.
Gotcha. Yeah, I was gonna say because maybe you ran into a tougher type, but it's hard to be able to confirm.
Yeah, I fought him in kind of a swampy area, so maybe it was a swamp Bloodsucker. And
so
in Clear Sky, the swamp Bloodsuckers were definitely tougher. Or at least that's what the lore is trying to tell you with the sequence.
Yeah, because even though like Da Vinci's saying like we know there's like variations, but we don't really know if there's like more to it like for gameplay implication.
Yeah, and honestly, I was lucky that there was only one of them.
Yeah, if there was 2, I would have just told you to sprint away.
Yeah. So definitely a highlight, the fight. Like I was so invested in this fight, like never before, basically, because when you know everything, when you play Stalker and you know everything, the fights don't feel the same anymore. Like you just play them basically like a robot. You know like the patterns of everything, and
A-Life can give you,
you know what I
like,
mean?
like A-Life can mix it up, but like the base subroutines and systems, like
Yeah.
you know what you're up against.
Yeah,
You
but
just don't know if he's gonna come around the same corner every time or not.
like I knew it was a Bloodsucker, I knew what it was capable of, but I still felt like I was fighting for my life, you know?
Yeah.
So
So
honestly,
did you already get the
really
feeling
impressed.
that the A-Life is more A-Life than it was before?
Not really more, I would say, but not less either. Like, kind of felt like the same, I would say. Like,
Okay.
I encountered bandits where I did not expect them. The mutants acted as they should. Like, I don't know. I would say I did not see enough to answer that question.
Okay.
But then I continued. There was another village that I went through. Honestly, it looked very detailed. Like I didn't have the time to go into every house, of course, but that's definitely something I would have done if I had all the time, right? That's a location that really gives you the like it I wanted to go into every house and see every nook and cranny, right? It gave me this urge to explore everything. So that tells you how good it is. But I knew I couldn't afford it, so I continued sprinting in the same direction, and I spotted in the distance the ribs anomaly. And I
Oh
was like, oh
yeah.
shit, I need to go there. So basically the ribs anomaly is like this small arch anomaly that we saw in a few artworks and we saw it in the Come To Me trailer.
The one where all the
It
rocks
has,
are getting pulled up into the sky.
yeah, exactly. There's a couple of springboards, maybe Vortex, I'm not sure, and Whirligigs. So I rushed there, and it looked basically like Come To Me, I would say. And I pulled out my artifact detector again, and there was also an artifact in there. So I was like, this time I really need to get that motherfucker. So I started stalking, you know. It's stalker time,
Hell
stalking
yeah.
time. But honestly, I didn't get it. Um, I'm kind of ashamed of myself actually because I don't know, just couldn't get it, and I felt like my time was running out. I was seeing like from the corner of my eye one guy who just was standing up because his demo was over, right?
Oh, the pressure was
I
on.
was like, so I was like, I don't have time for this. I need to check out what's behind the door because you know there's this
You have
like
to
door
know.
frame.
Yeah.
There's this door frame next to the anomaly, like in the back, and I really wanted to know what was there. But yeah, before that, one thing I did step into one of the anomalies that was in the ribs, and I think it might have been I think it was probably either a vortex or a whirligig. I managed to sprint to not get like sucked in the center and get probably die, I guess. But I did like experience a bit of the effect of the anomaly, and honestly, it was really strange. Like it looked like the how to say this? Like it looked like the entire screen like zoomed out and in very quickly. And I was not sure if it was a bug or it's how it's intended. But yeah, that was an effect I had never seen before. But
Trippy.
honestly, it feels right for an anomaly that like sucks you in. Basically, it felt like zooming out very quickly as if you would be sucked in. I'm not sure, but it feels like maybe it's it's an effect that that would fit this kind of anomaly. But yeah, it's very hard to describe. But I don't know. I guess if we see it again or after the release, I can tell you if it was really that effect or not. But not the same effect as it was in previous games, definitely. Something new.
Gotcha.
So then I rushed to the door.
What's behind the door?
So there's a staircase going down. Basically, it's an underground section. So I went down the staircase, maybe, I don't know, 1 or 2 floors. So it's not like that deep underground, but still. And I'm pretty sure there were like 2 different directions I could go. Like 2 corridors going separate ways, right? And just I took a look at one and I saw that it was the same location as the Bolts and Bullets trailer where there is the Poltergeist. So I said, screw the other corridor. I'm going this way. And yeah, the Poltergeist was there for sure. But I had no ammo left, so I couldn't really fight him. So I just tried to run at it and see what the effects of him attacking me would be. I knew I was going to run out of time anyway, so that was like the last thing I wanted to do. And it's like I saw a bottle like being lifted by the Poltergeist, and he threw a bottle at me. It was a bottle of vodka. So I picked it up and I drank it. And there
Did
was
the screen
animation.
get colorful?
Not that I could notice, really. The animation for the drinking the vodka was there, but I feel like the vodka effect didn't kick in, or maybe it was just very small, like the effect was not really
Okay, interesting.
noticeable. Maybe it was not implemented yet. I'm not sure. But so yeah, basically the Poltergeist throwing a vodka at me and me drinking it right
You
after,
said
it
bet.
felt just like Stalker. Like I was like, yeah, this is it. This is Stalker. And then I rushed at it. But I noticed that there was there was an NPC in the basement, in the room where there was the Poltergeist. And I was like, what the fuck is this guy doing here? And I was not sure if it was like a Stalker or a bandit, like if it was friendly or an enemy. And he actually started to open fire at me. So I was like, okay, it's a bandit. I tried to rush him with my knife, but I couldn't reach him in time. And him and the Poltergeist combined killed me.
So they teamed up together.
Basically, yeah. And that's how it ended.
It's an unexpected
Until
duo.
one day. Bang, bang,
Yeah.
bang.
That's how it ended. So honestly, like, complete, like,
That was
I
the very
experienced
end of
so
the
much
demo?
stuff in such a short period of time. Yeah, I mean, the other 3 guys were already like leaving. I was the last one still playing.
So there I was, in the basement. I was fighting the Poltergeist, when all of a sudden, bang, 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 and the fucking bandit shows up. I'm loving it. I love this fucking story.
Honestly, like the whole sequence of events, this whole sequence of events screamed like unscripted, just A-Life doing its thing. Absolutely amazing. Like.
Oh, that's all. I'm so glad that you got to see like all the best like parts of the trailer. You got to see all these locations.
The only thing I'm kind of regretful of is not getting to
The
get
artifact.
any of the 2 artifacts. Yeah, I spotted 2, but I couldn't get them.
I think nothing would have been funnier than if you had another chance to play and you got the artifact and then the fucking game crashes. So
Yeah.
good.
So yeah, basically that's it.
You got to play quite a bit of Stalker too,
All I can
man.
say is that I want to play more.
Yeah, after getting like a taste of
that was crazy.
How
But
are you not starving?
Like how I narrated it, maybe it felt like very long, but playing it felt like it went so fast. Like time went so fast. Like the first time I played.
Did the weather change on you during
Oh,
the
yeah.
playthroughs?
Oh yeah, it started raining. I think the first time I played, it started raining. But the second time, I don't think it rained. I don't think so. But the first time I played, it started raining basically around the time I went to the boiler with the bandits. But the sky did not like turn too dark. Like it was still like, of course, it wasn't as bright as before, but it was not like completely
How
dark.
was the rain
cloudy.
effect? Did you see like water droplets on your gun or anything like that?
Honestly, I don't know. I didn't really notice. I know I'm kind of letting you down, but on the visual parts, I don't know.
Well,
Everything looked like it worked
it's
for
not
me.
too representative
But-
of like where the game would look at retail anyway. But I'm just curious, like from like an
Yeah.
aesthetic perspective. That's all.
Honestly, like for me, everything looked as it should. Nothing really shocked me. I was like, yeah, this is working. This is I don't need more than that. It's perfect. Like it's completely acceptable the way things look, and so I didn't really bother about it too much. Like I was completely immersed in the demo.
That's awesome.
Honestly, also the headset that they give you, they were really good because there was a lot of noise in the event.
Oh, they give you some like
And you
noise
could hear it
canceling
in the-
phones.
Yeah, honestly, I was completely immersed in the demo. Like I could not hear what was going on outside.
Nice. That's important.
And in the interview, they did talk about like the dynamic music. Well, it was there in the demo. Like, for example, when I fought the Bloodsucker, the music changed to some more like fighting style. Like it was there. Like it was, I would say it was so well implemented that I didn't even notice it at first. Like it just
Not
seemed so.
a certified clear sky moment. You mean?
Yeah, like the transitions felt so smooth. Like
Perfect.
after playing the demo the first time, I didn't even notice that there was music, right? But when playing the second time, I was like,
Yeah, you
has
could
this
be playing
music
clear
always been
sky.
there?
You just be like walking around, all of a sudden, and I'm like, what the fuck? And then there's like a little fucking like dog, like 2 fucking miles away, like running in the distance, and like the music's all cranked up. I'm like, what the fuck is this, man?
Yeah,
Like
honestly,
I turn this shit off so fast.
Yeah, I don't play with dynamic music in Clear Sky either. But here, like, it felt completely, dynamic and completely natural, like flowing perfectly. I was completely immersed in it. Like, like there was nothing bothering you from taking you out of the immersion, basically.
Nice.
Like I at no point I run into a thing and I was like, this is like bothering me or stuff. Except maybe for the message about the emission that I noticed was kind of not finished, I guess. But apart from that, it was all I could ask for, basically.
Nice. Should we take
That's it.
some questions?
Yeah, I mean,
Let it rip. What do you guys have? You have the floor to ask Anomalous anything you like. Don't make me regret it. No, I'm just kidding. Can I get the just get it out of the way? No, he does not know. Skiff sexual orientation. Next question. Is Artemida single? Did you get the critical information for delusional blob?
okay, no, I did not. Honestly, I did not.
Of course not.
Dare to ask this.
He didn't want to commit social suicide. Delusional. You'll have to
Yeah,
ask her
and-
yourself.
Honestly, there were no like girls as in the previous
Ooh, good question.
as in the previous events, right?
Did you use a flashlight?
Yeah, it's just the same as in the previous games.
Cool. It didn't automatically come on when you went into a dark area, did it? You had to do it manually?
No, you gotta do it manually. Yeah.
Perfect. Did you recognize the CTM part? Mosey, which part?
Well, the ribs anomaly, yeah, definitely. What else?
I don't think I recognized anything else from content.
From what he's describing, the demo definitely sounds a lot more polished, Lennox. Definitely seems like they've made some stride, because for all the things that he did and the amount of times he was able to play through, and he didn't get a single crash compared to like what you experienced and what a lot of people did at Gamescom originally. Yeah, there's a correlation there.
Oh, the location with the topaz. I'm not sure. Honestly, I could not say. I feel like basically the demo has everything that was shown in Bolts and Bullets. Basically, Bolts and Bullets is just someone from GSC playing the demo, and they put some of the gameplay together.
Sounds about right. How big was the flashlight light? Was it a small beam? Was it wider cast?
Honestly, like just in the previous games.
Okay.
I guess. Like didn't notice anything too shocking. Like how many locations I visited? Well, it depends what you call a location,
Yeah,
right?
I mean, there's like the split house.
I
There's
mean,
the boiler.
there's the starting area where you meet Richter. Then there's like this small area with like walls. Like you go through a broken wall, and there's a few corpses of Ward faction. Then there's the road and the small village with the house where there is Zorik and another Stalker where you fight the dogs. At the end of the road, there's the boiler area. Further, there is the village where you have to go to get to the shelter for the emission. There's also the small swamp where the chopper is crashed that I talked about. There's the farm with the fleshes and the thermal anomalies, the new thermal anomalies. There's the place where I fought a Bloodsucker, which was kind of a small swamp area. There's another village that I saw. There's the Ribs anomaly.
Did you see any of the grave sites, the Stalker grave sites, where they got the cross and the gas mask on them by chance?
No, I don't think so.
I know they could sometimes double as like a stash location, but I'm sure they're in the game. But I'm
yeah,
about
for
that.
sure. But I didn't see. Were
The
you able to say
Devour.
different things to Richter? Well, yeah, Richter. Richter, yeah, there's two options for dialogues for Richter. Basically, you can, but like both options lead to the same result. The first is basically just straightforward, like you ask him why he helps you, and then he just sends you to Zalesia. And the second is saying you are looking for somebody, and he still says you should.
I
go
always
to
think of
Zalesia
Nico
first.
Bellic when you say that. We're all looking for that special someone. Like I just think of that trailer for some reason.
Did the bodies have faction patches? No. No. What was sound design? Honestly, flawless, I would say. I mean, immersive, because I didn't even notice it. Like it was just felt natural. Like I don't know. I don't really know what to say. Like I was so
It
in the
not standing
gameplay,
out
focused on it,
means
that
it's working.
Yeah, exactly. Patches visible on the armors. Honestly, I don't know. I didn't really. Yeah, that's maybe something I should have done. I didn't really take a look at the models of NPCs too
You gotta
much.
remember, he didn't have the time to comb over it like he normally would for one of his videos. Like even when you're playing the demo, you're trying to soak up as much as you can in the 10-15 minutes you have for whatever your single sit down is. That like honestly, these are the most detailed demo impressions that like we've gotten so far, in my opinion.
Yeah, I just wanted to see as many locations as possible.
Yeah, you
I wanted
definitely
to see the most locations
you definitely
possible.
got to go everywhere.
Yeah, but you can ask, of course. But I think all the interesting details, I think I already said. Oh yeah, one thing I didn't mention that I see in my notes is that I saw the HK 416 in one of the bandits on his inventory.
Oh, you saw the HK for the 416. Nice.
Yeah, but I didn't try it out. But it was there. Were you at the cave from Bolts and Bullets?
That would have been
No.
behind when you fought the bandits at the boiler area. Right behind it is like a little hole to the cave.
Okay, no. No, I didn't see it. Like basically, I was when I was in the boiler fighting the bandits, there was the message for the emission, so I went straight to the end. But yeah, I'm sure there are many locations that I did not see. Like it feels like even though the second time I played, I played actually twice and run into two different directions. It feels like there was much more to see.
Yeah, there's always going to be so many
So
places hidden away.
so yeah, like I feel like the demo is quite big. Like for a 15 minutes playtime, there was a lot to do. Like I could have played maybe 3, 4, 5 times and not get bored.
Oh yeah, I'm sure there was like still more to see within that area. I mean,
Definitely,
the
and
map is huge. Like we already know the map is huge. Like even
like if I could,
yeah.
yeah, if I could play again, I think I would try to find a Bloodsucker and lure it to the bandits, as as Zach said, just to see, just to see how it goes.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, basically that's it.
What
What were the effects of you shooting? Okay, one thing, my weapons did not jam even once, so I did not see the jamming animations.
Could you see their condition even in the inventory?
Yeah, I checked it just once to see how it looked, and basically there's a bar and also a percentage. I don't know, one of the guns I had was like at 95% or something. The one I checked. And for the smoke effects, they were there, but I really feel like, so I guess they're not tied to weapon condition because I never jammed and I had the
You still had the
smoke
smoke?
effects. But it really feels like they only trigger when you like shoot continuously for a long time.
Was the
Basically,
smoke
if you,
still the same volume, or did it look like they maybe already toned it down?
it looked like the same, I would say.
Okay.
But it didn't really strike me that much. So I could be wrong. I'm not sure.
Did you see bullets
I guess
ricochet?
not that I can remember.
Yeah.
I mean, I did not really mag dump, so
Yeah, you didn't have the
maybe
ammo
that's
for
why I
that
didn't
anyway.
see that much smoke. Yeah. But I remember that at some point I did like shoot the entire mag, and I knew I should keep an eye for the smoke, and I saw it like maybe out of the 30 bullets, the smoke came when I had like maybe 5 more bullets left. So yeah, that's how the smoke worked. Um, and wait, there's something else I wanted to say, but I forgot. Damn,
That's
what
always
was
the worst
it?
when that happens. Is it on one of your notes?
No, I don't think it is. Well, it's fine. Maybe I will recall it later.
Does anybody have any other questions? I'm trying to think if I have any either. Actually, I mean, damn, you went into really good detail. I just want to play the game like right now.
Yeah, I mean, me too. I want to replay it.
Yeah,
I want to see what these artifacts look like. And the
I
anime,
just
if there
love
is.
I love that story they told you about the bug where like the player was getting
Yeah.
attacked during the cutscenes. I think that is just like one of my favorite bits. That is so
Yeah.
awesome. I wonder, like, like what do they do? Like they have to probably set like an
Stashes? No,
exclusion circle
I
around the
didn't spot
player
any
during
stashes.
cutscenes to make sure that like shit like that doesn't happen.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that's working. Oh, yeah. there's a ladder climbing effect. Like at the boiler, there is a ladder to climb on the roof, and when you climb the ladder, there is a ladder climbing effect.
Like an animation.
Yeah, you see the hands grabbing the ladder, and yeah, but that's not the thing I wanted to say and that I forgot. It was something else. Damn it.
Did glass break?
I don't think I shot any glass.
Yeah, that's
think so.
one of the things that we've been kind of like back and forth on is the boiler house. There's like panes of glass, and
Yeah.
they didn't break in the alpha, but people are wondering if end up breakable.
I don't think I shot it, so I can't really say. I did shoot the red barrel that was exploded in the Bolts and Bullets trailer. Like there's this red barrel that is close to a car.
Yeah.
That from the Bolts and Bullets trailer, I shot the exact same barrel.
Nice.
It was just in the same position. I saw it and I was like, okay, there's no bandit close to it, but I gotta shoot it just like in the
You
trailer.
just gotta do it.
Yeah. Binoculars? No, there's no binoculars. Basically, the loadout is the number 1 is for like the 1 key is for the knife. 2
Did you hit
for
tab
the pistol.
to pull up like the inventory HUD?
Tab? No, I didn't try. Oh, by the way, you asked me to try to, open the console.
Yeah.
Developer console. So at the end of my second run, when I was basically dead, I tried all the commands on the keyboards, but nothing happened.
Of course, they locked it down.
But yeah, so 1 is the knife, 2 is the pistol, 3 was the shotgun in the demo, but I guess you can have another weapon. 4 is the other weapon, so for example, the AK. 5 is grenades, 6 bolts, and 7 the detector.
Did you get to throw grenades?
Yeah, I threw 1.
Did you see any particle effects fly around? Anything that looked like E321 box blowing up?
Well,
shit.
Honestly, I did not see because I was on top of the boiler, like on the roof, and I threw the grenade inside.
Oh,
like from a small opening, so I did not see the explosion, unfortunately.
Nice.
No, there were no animations for picking things.
There was no animation?
Well, not that I saw. I mean, I didn't pick up anything that was on the ground, though.
Oh, you did it with the inventories. Yeah, okay.
I only picked from inventory, so I don't know.
Okay, I get what he's saying.
Like I tried to see if there was like maybe small things scattered in the areas, but I did not see anything. But I kind of went through rushing, so I probably missed a lot of small items hidden. But at some point, I did come across like there was two boxes of ammo that were sitting on some crate, and it looked like you could probably pick them up, but you couldn't. It was just like decoration. So I don't know, maybe just empty boxes of ammo. But it really looked like they were ammo boxes that you could pick up in your inventory, but no, it was not the case.
Gotcha. I'm pretty sure Armageddon, I wouldn't trip too hard, man, because I'm pretty sure binoculars are in the game. I just don't think anyone has seen them yet. It could be a shader issue. Who knows?
At least they were not in the demo. Yeah. The breaking boxes with the knife. Honestly, I was looking for some boxes to try this, but I did not find any boxes that looked like in the original. But if I did, I would have tried with the knife.
Gotcha. Cool.
And yeah, I'm not sure what else can I say. I mean, I probably forgot a few things, but the bulk of it is there.
Yeah, I definitely feel like we covered the bulk of everything that we wanted to talk about.
Feeling of nature taking over.
Oh, like overgrowth, you know, kind of like, I mean, well, it's hard because he hasn't been to a lot of classic zone locations. He's only in the demo area, so it's harder to have the before and after perspective.
Yeah, but I still would say at least more like it felt more like the
Lush.
nature felt more I don't know, there were more vegetation than in the previous games, I would say. Not necessarily like overgrown, but still more than in the previous games for sure.
Yeah, that could
But
just be
yeah,
better
maybe
visuals this time around. Yeah.
I went through maybe too fast, so I didn't really notice. But yeah, like the environment felt really well crafted. Yeah, just looked really good, honestly.
Sweet, sweet. All right. I mean, well, shit, man, we're coming like right up almost on 3 hours here. So I mean, we've got.
Oh yeah, one thing I think I remember what I wanted to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, just one last thing. I can confirm that you can now have one bullet in the chamber. Like for
Oh, for
example,
reloads.
yeah, you have like you start with the PMM. You have like 8 bullets in the mag, but you can still like press R and reload, even though you already have 8 bullets. And then I had 9.
Nice.
But it's kind of strange because it shouldn't work like this, right? Like if you have 8 bullets, they're all in the mag. So if you reload, you just pull out a mag with 8 bullets and you still put another mag with 8 bullets. There shouldn't be a bullet in the chamber, right?
You're correct if they do it in the gamey way, where if you
Oh,
press
no,
fire, it
wait.
just shot. Otherwise, he would have to chamber the round to have the extra round.
Wait, no, I'm wrong because that was at the beginning. So, oh no, wait. I mean, Skiff tried to shoot the dog with the PMM, but it jammed. Maybe that's why you could reload it at the beginning. I'm not sure.
If you
I mean,
put
I
a
only
fresh mag in and you reload, then you have 1 in the chamber, 7 in the mag, and then reloading will get. That would make sense, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not exactly sure how it works, but basically, yeah, you can have like 9, like 1 bullet in the chamber, like 9 for the PMM, 31 with 40 AK, and
Magic
stuff like this.
No, that's cool. I like those little details. I like that there's like multiple jam animations too, it seems.
Yeah, I did not see any, but it seems like it's the case, yeah.
Sweet, sweet. All right, awesome. Well, shit, man. We go ahead and call it a wrap there.
Yeah, I mean, maybe one last question. How many stamina do you have compared to the
It
OG
did seem
game?
like stamina goes down kind of quick in the trailer, especially if you jump.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I would say compared to Shadow of Chernobyl, definitely you have less.
Yeah, almost infinite right out the gate in Shadow of
But
Chernobyl.
I feel like in Call of Pripyat and Clear Sky, you have. Yeah, so I'm not sure. I would say kind of like maybe Call of Pripyat. I
Also
know it
depends
didn't
on
feel
how much
like.
was in his inventory.
Yeah, definitely. So I'm not really sure. I guess kinda like the previous games. I mean, for example, when I was running to the shelter to hide from the emission, I did run out of endurance for sure. So at the end, I was like limping, just walking, waiting for the endurance to go back up. Yeah, that's it. I
I'm
guess.
looking for Mosey's last questions here in the Discord. Mosey, just shoot him right here in the chat.
Oh yeah, and one other thing, like when you use quick items, there is the animation. But if you use the items from the inventory, there is no animation.
Oh, Anomalous, do you have the Discord open? He posted a picture of the shotgun if you want to just try to verify real quick, as well as that artwork.
Let me take a look.
Confirm if that Ferris wheel shot is the one you saw on that loading screen. Very curious.
Yeah, I think maybe the shotgun might be this one. Kind of looks like it, honestly.
All right, we're getting somewhere.
Not 100% sure, but yeah. And the artwork, yeah, that's the one. That's the one.
That is the one. All right, let's go. KSG confirmed. Yeah.
Oh, it's the KSG. Oh, but maybe.
And
I
then
don't remember the name.
and now we know exactly which artwork you were looking at. That's freaking awesome. Yeah, that is a really nice Pripyat shot. And of course, if you guys
Definitely.
want to see the stuff, it's in the 100 Rads Bar Discord. You just hop on in with us. Damn, that's sick. That's super dope.
Well,
All right. Any last minute, guys? Wrap up questions. Fucking super Giga Chad Mosey on that PR move right now. And of course, the podcast will be re-uploaded on YouTube. So if anybody
and I will redirect all my my subscribers there as well. I already posted the interview on my channel. If you want to rewatch it.
Yep, and the link to that original interview will be linked in my re-upload as well as Anomalous's Discord or Anomalous's YouTube, but everybody already knows that.
Yeah, even Eugene knew.
Hell
Zach
yeah,
didn't
now
know,
Zach knows.
but now he knows. Honestly, like when I was, it was kind of funny. Like when he saw the questions I had prepared, and I feel like throughout the interview, he started to understand like what kind of guy he was dealing with. It was funny.
Yeah, that is legend. You had like the best interview process you could have possibly encountered.
Yeah, I did my best. I think, yeah. Honestly, I could not have hoped for it going better. Like they were so nice to me. Um, Answered all of the questions basically without NDA. Like of course some questions they kind of answered a bit differently than what we would have hoped, but they
Sure.
always give an answer, right?
Yeah, they tell you what they can. And if
Yeah,
like
and
they can't answer it point blank, they'll try and give you something with some substance.
and they even brought up things that I didn't ask about, like the bug
Yeah.
happening, like the um, what else? The demo being updated from Gamescom, like in Paris compared to Gamescom. Like we didn't ask about this.
They seemed a lot more comfortable to talk to you about certain things. Like I would say that with some of the other interviews I saw, it was a little bit more formal. But with you, it seemed like they were talking with someone who's just passionate about the project, and like so they kind of just slip into like that vulnerable passion as well, where they're able to kind of like just like blush and kind of gush about the game a little bit versus like trying to give more of like a presentation type of interview.
Yeah, and I really hope what Eugene told me about, GSC maybe contacting some community members closer to the
Oh
release
yeah, I'm
will come
gonna I'm
through.
gonna I'm gonna hold on to that with every bit of hope and soul until the day of release.
Yeah,
Oh man,
I mean, it would be awesome.
for real. Yeah, I'm gonna keep my DMs open. I'm just gonna keep an eye out for any GSC notifications. I'm gonna freak out. Be amazing. All right, guys. Well, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it there. It's definitely I usually have like 3 hours as like the limit for the podcast sessions because that's pretty long. That's pretty good for a single episode. Anomalous has been absolutely incredible sharing all this information with us today. Anomalous, thank you again for being here today, and thank you again, my man, for giving me the exclusive PR access to show this to the community today. You are a fucking legend.
I mean, it was you who pushed me to do it, so.
Well, we're just gonna keep pushing you to be more in the spotlight with GSC, man. I'm glad that the peer pressure got us this awesome interview, and you had like probably one of the absolute coolest afternoons ever.
Yeah, I'm glad I did it. Like, I regret nothing. It was insanely good.
They didn't have any nonstop energy drinks, did they? Did you get a chance to try one yet?
No. I mean, they had nothing. Like the space they had was so small. I feel like they had nothing. They just had the sticker sheets to give to people, but that's all.
They probably like ran out of that stuff. They've been going to so many events. It's been a couple months now too, and it's probably like they have to
and
bring that and
also
lug it around.
One thing I could say perhaps is that there were three people But I'm not sure if the third one was from GSC actually. So there was like Zach and Eugene,
Mhm.
and there was a third guy like overlooking the demo, and it was like the third guy who was actually looking at the people playing.
Gotcha.
But I'm
Yeah,
not.
maybe he
But
was
I'm
like
not exactly sure if it was
affiliated
a
or not.
GSC guy. Maybe it was just like an Xbox guy.
Right. Someone from the event per se.
Yeah, because when I came to play the second time, it didn't really recognize me or anything, I think.
Gotcha.
So
Yeah, and at that
I
point,
don't think
Eugene and
it was
Zach
a.
know you, and they would have been like already familiar with your presence.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, awesome. All right, well, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it there. Thank you guys for tuning in, and stay tuned. Of course, we're gonna have more of the podcast coming in the future, and of course, I got some new videos that are coming extremely soon. So keep your eyes peeled. And you guys have a good Sunday. Good hunting, stalkers.
Good hunting.
Bang, bang, bang!